What is going on, tribe? How we doing? How we doing, ladies and gentlemen? Are we okay? Are we good? Good evening, Death's Helm. Good evening, Throne Hub. King, Robbie, Wolfie. How you doing, buddy? And Lord Vader. How you guys doing today? Y'all good? Y'all had a nice weekend? I hope so. Oh. We have had a busy day today, actually. Busy day today, pottering around, doing a couple of things that your boy Scribs needed to do. Mrs. Scribble is unfortunately not very well. She's come down with a bit of a nasty cold and has spent all weekend basically in bed, bless her. I've had to sort out her tissues, get her all the drugs that she wants, and just, you know, hopefully make sure she's comfortable. It feels like she's on the mend right now, which is nice. Good, Robbie, good. Hey, Knight of Knee, how you doing, buddy? Guta, how are you? I'm good, Vader. Happy Sunday indeed. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. I'm still kind of recovering from my time off in Rome. Feeling a little bit drained. But we're back into the swing of things now. Put out a video earlier today going over that whole, you know, how to do the raid with Maul. It's not a fun run. It's not a fun run at all. Don't really recommend the team outside of the fact that it's there for people that want to use it. So if you really do have no desire to invest further relic levels, but have some desire to score well, go check out that video, guys. Go check it out. And Wolfie had pizza today. Delicious. Hey, what's going on, my boy Essex? How you doing today, buddy? You enjoy using Darth Maul in the raid and you don't know why. Oh, it's a little bit painful, but hey. He does crazy damage? Eventually he does, yeah. Eventually he does when he ramps up enough. But I enjoy max scoring, and max scoring with Maul is just a pain. You know, like, it can work, it can go well, but you can also, you know, spend 30 minutes trying to get it to run. So, and that's the problem, especially with all the other teams being so easy now. It's just a shame that the Maul one got harder rather than easier. At least the Queen Amidala one is a lot easier now. That's something. But, you know, you can full auto Gungans, you can full auto Luminara. You can't really full auto Keller and Beck, not on a standard comp. If you want to do like a Super Jedi comp, then absolutely. And Separatists you can full auto if you've got enough relic levels on them. Bit bummed that my old guild disbanded today. Oh, is that right, Knight of Knee? That's a shame. Although you had left it, it was a nice community. Yeah, burnout is a real thing. Burnout is a real thing. Hey, Jojo, how you doing, buddy? How you doing? Don't mind me. It's a pain in the tits. Yep. Yeah. No, the raid is in much better place now than when it first released. I don't think they would have got half as much flack if it had released like this. But it does sort of indicate that we are probably just having this raid now for the foreseeable future. You won by 2 banners. Congratulations. We won as well. I can't remember by how many. I think he gave up in the end. Let me double check that. I think he dropped 2 on the GL Ahsoka on the front wall and decided no more. No more. So this next round I'm up against a guy called Mick. He's in the guild Dawanawanga. He's got 12.6 million, so I actually have a GP advantage, which is quaint. He has no GL Ahsoka, so I guess I've got a minor advantage in that respect. He does have things like Balin, so we'll see how we get on. We'll see how we get on. All good, Robbie. You moved due to burnout as an officer. Yeah, I mean, that's a real risk. Like, the game is challenging enough and time-consuming enough if you are just playing the game. If you take on officer responsibilities, it's a whole other mess of shit that you got to deal with, right? That's why I stepped away. Because I used to be a guild leader. Before that, I was an officer. And it's just too much, man. It's too much work. So I was like, yep, I'm going to hang up my hat on that respect. I'll play the game. I'll make content. I'm not dealing with guild politics and managing a guild. It's just way too much. Who did you beat, Essex? Sorry. Oh, Duanawanga, the guild Duanawanga. You just beat them in TW? That's sick, dude. First time catching you live. Hey, engineer, how you doing? What's my bet for the next Dark Side Galactic Legend? Well, I mean, it would be Thrawn. Thrawn makes the most sense, but they're kind of dragging their heels in that respect. How's life? Bareg, it is. It's good. It's good. Thank you for asking. How's your life? A bit over 3 years in it. Wow. Yeah, it's a long time. Long time. There's no characters for Thrawn that weren't Rex for GL Ahsoka. So, what's your point? What's your point? Unless your point is they can't possibly release a GL because, you know, the characters that featured in the Ahsoka show for a potential GL Thrawn have already been used as requirements. They can't possibly come up with new requirements for GL Thrawn. No fucking way will that happen. Yeah, absolutely right. They could never do that. There's, like, Thrawn has got a lot of history. He's got loads of history. And typically, Galactic Legends always have at least some level of crossover, right? In terms of requirements. Either by having a higher level requirement for a tomb that's already required, or by having the exact same requirement something else. You know what I mean? So, you know, you could have Captain Enoch required at Relic 9. You could have Great Mothers required at Relic 9. Even though Great Mothers is a Balin Skull requirement, and not a requirement for GL Thrawn. They could release Captain Pelion as a brand new marquee unit. Have him required at Relic 7. They could release Rook as a new mercenary as a requirement at Relic 7. They could go through and look at all of the characters that historically have a link with Thrawn. People like Jedi Knight Anakin, Padme, Sidious, you know, Vader. Loads of characters that exist in canon that have had some sort of interaction with Thrawn. And make them as requirements. So yeah. So the fact that we've had marquees that exist that could potentially be marquees for him, it doesn't matter. Like they'll look at like Lord Vader, for example, right? Lord Vader's marquee requirements. 4 of them are Bad Batch. Those were brand new marquees that don't really have anything to do with Lord Vader. That was before marquees for him. Hey Karth, how you doing, buddy? Okay, let's take stats. How many new characters to the game were released for GL Ahsoka, and how many Relic 9s? 3 Relic 9s, Woodhouse? 3 Relic 9s and 5 marquees? 5, 6? Can't remember now. It does. It does indeed, Karth. How you doing, buddy? Are you guys ready? Let's phone these guys. They seem to be ready. Let's fuck up my camera. Woohoo! I love fucking up my camera. There we go. We're looking pretty again. Ba-bum-ba-bum-bo-do. Get all this shit done.
I'm so lonely. So lonely.
So lonely.
Hello, guys.
So lonely.
Oh, Karth, that's so different now. I think it's
up?
because you've. Is it because you've opened the window, the blinds?
Oh yeah, that's what's going on. I didn't open them.
Oh right. I was like, it's completely changed the lighting in your profile. I was like, huh, Karth looks very different today. See, lighting impacts things.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does. You know it.
Now I have to fix my hair.
Okay, that one looks fine. Now I can go over here.
I'll be on camera in a second.
Yeah, no rush. No rush.
What's
I'm just setting it up.
Hey, but the important thing is
They're
the
important
microphone
things.
works.
Are you sure though?
Yes.
I mean,
You can
Motherfucker,
hear
can't
me.
you hear my voice? I mean, that's good, Karth. Did you try turning it off and on again?
Although, granted, Kurt
Jason-
can't hear himself, so he needs to take our word for it that his mic is working.
I can
Yeah.
hear myself.
Why would you do that to yourself? I fucking hate
can.
that.
I didn't say I
Like,
needed to,
seriously.
I said can.
Okay.
Different.
I'll say
Don't do it.
I can't stand like having a monitor on while I'm streaming. I know some people do it. I'm pretty sure Scribe does it, but having
Yeah.
a fucking monitor while I'm it fucks with me so hard.
Yeah, you have to be hardwired into the microphone. Because if you're not hardwired into the microphone, there's like a half-second delay when you're talking,
Oh, yeah.
and
It's
it's impossible to concentrate on what you're actually saying. It's
Yeah.
like you're trying to talk over yourself. It's really
Yeah, that-
confusing.
I have it on the ability on the little box there that I can have it play back, which just sounds like you can hear yourself talking. Is
Yeah.
all it really comes down to. Where the headset kind of, if you don't have it on, the headset kind of makes it isolates the voice out of your thing. But like a normal conversation, it wouldn't bother you.
Yeah, no, I have it on all the time. But like I said, if you're plugged directly into the microphone, there's no delay. So
Yeah.
it doesn't distract me at all. I use it because I know 100% sure what my voice sounds like.
Gay.
Gay.
No, the fix was actually really annoying. How easy it was.
Oh, yeah.
So what happened is the USB-C cable they sent me with it started to lose its connection.
Thank you, Sol, for the sub. Appreciate you.
And so what happened is that the computer without the connectivity being like pristine was going. You can choose one function, which is you either get the microphone or you get the headset, but that's it. You get one or the other.
Okay, yeah.
So I was like, out of a whim, I was just like, you know what? Maybe that's the problem. So I took out the USB-C, put a new one in, and then my computer's like, hey, we see that this USB-C connection has two functions. Would you like to enable both? I'm like, duh.
Like, son of a bitch.
Yeah. No, really frustrated. It took me like way too long to figure that one out. Like wasn't even thinking about that would have been the problem.
Well, no, why would you? Why would you?
Yeah, exactly. It's literally a connector that has done nothing but been plugged into the back of the box since the day I opened the box. Like it doesn't do anything besides sit there. I've never, throttled on it like a phone charger. You eventually kind of see the connection go to waste.
Yeah.
Because you take it with you to a lot of places and eventually gets damaged. But this hasn't gone anywhere.
Well, yeah. Anything that you sort of plug in and out of, there's usually wear and tear eventually, isn't there? Phone cables are particularly bad for it, to be honest. Because you often, like, if you go on holiday, you scrumple them up and you stuff them in a pocket and they get frayed and stuff like that.
Well, eventually not just the cables, but the ports themselves. You have one that's like has I had like several phones where it's like after a while like wearing out enough, I need to like prop the fucking cable up on something so it's like pushing it towards the upper ends of the wires actually make contact.
You've got to make a kink at a certain point in the cable, otherwise there's no connection.
Honest to God,
I gotta like force the connectors. Yes, 100%.
Became so
Dude,
useful.
so much nicer. It's a little bit slower. It's definitely not as quick of a charge. But if you're just letting it sit there for a couple hours, who the fuck cares? Like,
What's
seriously.
that? Wireless charging.
The
wireless stuff,
part,
Yeah.
So, real quick, you should probably shout out your Discord in both chats so that anybody who wants to ask questions for us to answer during Tribe Talks can go post them in your Tribe Talks question section.
I think you just did it,
Because
Karth. There you go, guys.
I have seen like 6 questions so far
It's
on
like
the YouTube
magic.
side of things. And I'm just like, guys, we're not going to see these in 45 minutes.
Yeah, guys, if you want any of your questions answered today, head over to my Discord. Head over to my Discord and whip it out. All right, put it in the Tribe Talks questions channel. It is a dedicated channel. that
4
you
questions,
can use.
not discussion. Key takeaway.
Exactamento. It is questions in particular. All right. So if you have anything that you wish to ask, let us know, and we might answer them, or we might just take the piss out of you. Really can't guarantee how that's gonna land.
Yeah, no, I honestly, we don't know. It could be one or the other. No
I
way
think
to
we
tell.
should change the channel to be Tribe Talks Questions / maybe get roasted, and that's
You know what?
That's the new title.
That's
It's
the
implied.
risk that's the risk that you take.
That's the risk
You know?
you take. That is indeed.
fair.
Yeah. So here we go then. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We have been off for a week, but we're back thicker, longer, and harder than last year. It's Tribe
No
Talks time.
longer fucking dying of sickness.
No longer
shit.
down with the sickness. Wolfie, were you unwell, good
God.
sir?
Bro, I didn't stream for a whole week.
Holy
Like,
fuck,
you had your week off.
You
I
must
also
have
had
been
a
dead.
week off. Yeah. I had a week that I was just dead to the fucking world. Like the whole like Monday night I was supposed to do something, then I was like, I'm not sure I'm feeling so hot. And then Tuesday woke up and I did not go to work for 4 days.
Oh, damn,
It
son.
was
There you go.
Yeah, it was that was a fun one.
Scribe went
Not
to
recommended.
Rome, and Wolfie tried
Yeah.
to visit the ancestors.
Yeah, those are very, very different weeks off. Yours sound like a lot more fun. Tell us, how was Rome?
Oh, full of Italians, mate. Absolutely chock full of Italians. And I tell you what,
I wouldn't have expected that.
I tell you what,
Fancy that.
you know how some cliches are rooted in fact? You know, like the source of cliches.
Most of them are.
They have a
But
basis
yes.
in fact. What I've come to understand is that Italians do in fact say "Mamma mia," and the hand movement is real. Also,
ever
Italians
seen-
can't drive for shit. I'm just saying it right now.
dude, that
Like roads are
I
lethal.
wouldn't say they can't drive for shit. I would say they're just very ballsy drivers because some of the roads over there are like maybe half a car width, and you have like two
you know,
cars on
it's-
this half a car width lane road.
It's
and
ballsy
like,
drivers, but it's also ballsy pedestrians, man. Because
That too.
pedestrians will just cross
Yeah.
the road into oncoming
They just
traffic,
go.
and they
Yeah.
they don't care.
Yeah.
it just
That's
fucking
the-
happens.
They just
Yeah.
go. That
Now,
is
I'll let you
absolutely
know
true.
the states are kind of that way as well.
Oh really?
It depends on where you are.
It depends on where you are, but the states lean more heavily in the favor of the pedestrian than they do the automobiles. Where I know, like the UK is like, if you are in the road at any given time when you're not supposed to be, that's your fault.
Yep. Get fucked, son.
Yeah, it
Shouldn't be in there.
really depends. Like, there's some cities where it's like you stare down cars as you're walking across traffic, and then there's some
Yeah.
cities where it's just like you better be fucking on your feet because they are not stopping for you, and you better be moving. It really varies place to place.
One of the very confusing things I found about Rome is they have traffic lights, right? Where you've got do you guys call it a zebra crossing or whatever you do, where pedestrians are designated areas to cross the road.
I know
with a
what
set
you
of
mean,
black
but
crossings,
yes,
right?
go on.
We call them zebra
Call them
crossings.
crosswalks.
I know.
Crosswalks.
Yes, it's just
That's
a
what they call them in the
crosswalk.
States, right?
It's
So-
a zebra crossing.
For a Brit, the typical convention is you press the button, the lights change eventually, and when the green
Sure.
man is there, you cross the road, and the cars
Yes.
don't try and run you over. All
Our
right.
man is white, but yes, go on.
Of course it is. It's America.
Of course it is.
Casual racism, even in the traffic.
Everywhere.
However, my experience in Rome was like, you press the button, the man changes to green, the little walking man. You're like, oh, I crossed the road. You cross the road, and then a car from the left-hand side will just turn into you, and you're like, oh fuck, okay. I'm
happens.
confused.
Yeah, it's funny how
Did I not
cross
have right of way, or
Yeah, it's-
I don't
cross
think
doesn't
anybody
pay attention to
actually
that.
knows. That's the problem.
Well, it's because the lights are like for a right-hand turn, your light will be green, even though that crosswalk's being occupied. There's something that stops the right-hand turn lanes in a lot of traffic.
Yeah. So what I found is you just have to send it and hope
Yeah.
for the best.
In
You know?
in my town, there's
there you go.
There's a couple of events called their wine release weekends, when a lot of the wineries do tastings where
I'm on
you
board.
have like everyone.
I'm here for it.
Yeah,
Like,
you have like 30 or 40 wineries.
I am here for
downtown.
it. Stop selling. You've already sold.
You can walk to all of them. Anyways, what ends up happening is that all the pedestrians, mostly the Californians that come up, just assume that everything gets turned into sidewalk and they can go wherever they want. And so they'll park their car, or they'll leave from one winery and immediately cross the street, even though there's no crossing walk in that area. And then they'll give you attitude when you almost hit them because they just dart out in the middle of the street half drunk.
So you're saying, I'm walking here as you're going across, right?
I'm walking here.
Oh, dude, no, I lay on the horn and just ferociously give the bird.
Run them over. Just
dude,
straight through.
The thing is, though, is that even the local police department has put out things saying, guys, you have to use crosswalks. Pedestrians do not have the right of way in a roadway. Like, you've got to sort this one out. And so it's just kind of funny to watch people just fight over the fact that they're trying to cross the street illegally. But it's fun to watch. I stay out of downtown at that point unless I'm one of the pedestrians.
Yeah. That was fun. But what they also do have in Rome, which was to my consternation and joy at the same time, is in the UK and Europe in general, motorized scooters are increasingly popular, right? So you can just, hop on a little scooter and you can scoot around the town, and they like go 20 kilometers an hour or something. They're not particularly fast. Yeah. And you can just rent them. In the UK, these things are banned. They're illegal. You're not allowed to use them. They're an absolute liability. If you want to have, brain damage,
really,
crack on. Yeah. No, they're not.
My older brother literally owns a shop selling them.
Yeah. No, quite literally. You can buy them in the UK. You are completely allowed to buy them in the UK. You're just not allowed to use them in the road. Legally speaking, you're only allowed to use them on private land. People don't listen to that, of course, and they just go down the streets and down the roads, and the police don't really give a fuck either. But they're not actually allowed, apart from in certain jurisdictions or certain counties in the UK are going through trial runs of saying, hey, let's see if we can use this as, like an eco-friendly way of, having people get around the city. Sort of thing, right? But those are the exception. Sure. They're not the rule. They're not very widely accepted. And I work in motor insurance, and we see the, the degree of injuries that people can sustain. Because typically,
dude, people do stupid shit.
They do stupid shit and they don't wear helmets is the problem.
They don't wear helmets. There's somebody that I see all the fucking time on my ride home from work who just thinks that because he's on his frickin' little scooter thing that he can just go and just run through a red light. Like, he doesn't count as anything.
Ridiculous.
Literally, he's almost been hit. Like, I've seen him almost get hit several times. Like, the same fucking guy, and he just runs right through red lights. Like, he just owns the fucking road. Like, dude, what are you doing? You are going to get yourself killed.
That's where I kind of start rooting for the car.
It's crazy.
But
yes,
there's also like places you can go in the UK to have these things delimited. So instead of going 20 kilometers an hour, they'll go like 40, 50, and when you literally have no protection, if you hit anything, you're getting brain damage. Like, it's just happening.
If you don't have a helmet on, if you actually actually fucking eat it, you can really do some serious damage.
I'm of the mindset now, at a certain junction, we just need to start taking safety labels off of things and letting natural selection take its course.
I'm a big fan of Darwinism.
He's all about them Darwin awards.
Hey, Helenix, thank you so much for the $5, buddy. Appreciate you, man.
Pop-Tart takes you out of life,
Malaca.
you need to let it happen. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
So like the point I was trying to get to was I saw them and I was like, curses. However, and this is not advised, drinking all day and riding a scooter for 30 minutes at the end of the night, weaving in and out of traffic with your two drunk brothers, whilst incredibly stupid and irresponsible, is also a lot of fun. So
I mean, you're not wrong.
I
that does sound like a lot of
just
fun.
About. Yeah,
just about. He's here.
So
he's able to form sentences.
Like, Rome's a big city, man. Like, you can walk for a long ass time. So when you're doing like 25,000 steps a day, sometimes you see a little scoot on the side and you're like, oh, I could just scoot and I'll be there in 5 minutes, not 25 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And it was it was good fun. It was good fun. So yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed Rome. I had lots of Roman food. I drank lots of Roman wine. I played a lot of Yahtzee.
Way to be.
It was good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, my brother really likes Yahtzee, so he brought his Yahtzee dice with him and the scorecards. You ever played Yahtzee?
Not what I was expecting you to say. Like of all the things you played a lot of like
evening,
drinking games, played a lot of something, played a lot of Yahtzee. Okay, all right.
Poker.
I guess
you got to picture it in your head. Yeah, you got to picture it in your head. You go out all day, you drink all day, you eat lovely Italian food, you come back with a bottle of wine, and you play Yahtzee.
I mean, I'm not against it. I just usually
Yahtzee
leads to like conflict.
I guess.
No, not in our family. Apparently, it led to high fives. Because when you get the Yahtzee, you got a high five.
Oh,
there we go.
I'm thinking of the wrong game entirely.
What were you thinking?
Monopoly.
Monopoly. No, that would be dangerous.
Yeah.
Yahtzee is very different to Monopoly.
No.
Yeah, no. Yahtzee, okay. No, just
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not sure I've ever actually finished a game of Monopoly. Like we always it always just ended like someone got pissed off at something. We all got bored of something. Like something got pissed off, and like all right, let's grab something. It's time to cook dinner or something. Like I don't think I've ever actually finished a game of Monopoly before in my life.
Yeah. The only Monopoly game I have left in my house is designed not to be finished and designed to be played with only one other person.
See, Hellenix understands. Hellenix understands. Yes. Yes, driving through the
cousin playing Monopoly. Oh my god.
You killed him?
Stanimal over here says I lost a cousin.
Oh my god. It's not just Yahtzee, it's drunk Yahtzee. Drunk Yahtzee is a lot of fun, guys. Like I genuinely did consider just streaming me playing Yahtzee with my brothers drunk.
Oh my god, do it.
But I thought there would just be too much of a pain in the ass to try and set it up on the Wi-Fi on my phone, and I didn't have any like phone like mount or anything like that. It would have been great fun though.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Hellenic, sorry, we missed Hellenic. As a person of Mediterranean descent, I agree. Driving a scooter drunk on a twisty cobblestone street with two drunk cousins on board is fun, dumb, but fun. All right, so Hellenic approves.
Yep. No, I mean, I guess that means it's fine.
Malaka. You're good.
Yeah. Yep. So, and of course, Wales did lose to Italy in the pouring rain, but we did have the distinct pleasure of sitting next to an old Italian gentleman who had the foresight to bring a pair of binoculars with him to the rugby match and was watching and giving us commentary. He was a very nice old man. He was a very nice old man, had a good conversation, was very, respectful and was talking about, nice. I really like this player, and he was like, but you guys are not very good. I was like, yep, I know. I know. And then we promptly sacked our manager. So he didn't have the best run, 14 losses on the bounce.
And the manager has been sacked.
Well,
and the manager responsible for the sacking has also himself been sacked.
The wording was they mutually agreed for him to walk away. Warren Gatland, who was the Wales manager, has got he's got a very good, good career. He's had a very good career, and he's done a lot for Welsh rugby. But I think there comes a time after you end on a high, like he did end on a massive high. He was gone for like 5 to 6, 7 years, something like that. They brought him back in, and then he lost 14 games in a row, and you're like, okay, maybe that's time to leave now. So, yeah. Any news about the raid? No new raid news just yet, Kelsey. Not yet. Anyway.
You can take it with a high degree of certainty that the raid will probably launch close to the end of the next era.
So, in about 4 or 5 months.
Yeah. Because I can almost guarantee you that the new legendary coming in the next era will be required for the raid, and we're going to have a Jedi Temple
The
raid.
Jocasta new lifter.
Jocasta new
or the one who Jocasta is lifting for over there.
She's jacking something.
out of fucking nowhere. Like I was not expecting Jocasta Nu. Also, I had no fucking idea she showed up in the comics because I didn't read any of the comics. Yeah. So she's got this like lightsaber rifle, and I'm like, what is even happening? Like, what has CG been smoking? Are they on like the good stuff? Like, this is crazy. And then no, turns out it's a real thing. Turns out she this broad's got
did you read the comic
sniper. No, I have not read any of the comics.
I went back and read it,
stuff.
and
tell me,
just because I saw it, and I was like, the whole reason she died. Spoilers, she's dead. Yeah, I know, right? The whole reason she died is because the Grand Inquisitor was reading the books in the library, and she was like, "Fuck this guy! You're not allowed to read my books." So she gets into a fight with the Grand Inquisitor, and then she gets double teamed by Vader and the Grand Inquisitor. And
shit.
Vader is under very strict orders from Palpatine to bring her in alive. He's like, you must bring her back because basically in the library there's the codex. It's basically the same as Jedi Survivor. They've got a codex of all the Force sensitive kids in the universe, in the galaxy, basically. And the Emperor wants it to make a new Sith army or some shit. So Vader captures her, and she basically tells him, she's like, he wants me alive because he wants access to all of this, but Palpatine didn't tell you he wanted access to the kids, did he? He's using you. And Vader then says, okay. He kills her. And then phones into Palpatine and said, no, sorry, she accidentally died trying to escape. And then he destroys the holocron with all of the Force-sensitive data. Like, all right,
which is funny because they still use that information multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
Through which is considered now canon, because in Clone Wars they steal that Edicron from Jedi Temple, and Palpatine gets like a short list of them.
Okay.
And then
so it's a recurring story point.
In the Tales of the Empire, with the Barriss arc, they are still hunting children. They are still hunting children. So it's like,
what?
It doesn't seem to matter that they like, and they do that in what Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah, that's the end plot
part of it. Yeah.
How many times are they going to do this?
A lot. It's a big part of like
that's their MO.
Yeah.
Thing is like
that's the Sith thing forever.
I mean, but it's literally what happens with
that's just what they do.
That's the Mandalorian subplot too, right? At the beginning is the child, Force sensitive child
on a much smaller scale, but yeah.
Well, most of the stories are about that grade though, except for Fallen Order, which is like the actual holocron.
And then, Bad Batch Season 3, a little bit, again, it's just about Force-sensitive kids and trying to pass on midichlorians, right?
Yeah.
Through cloning. So...
bunch of stuff in the Clone Wars where they were trying to, steal children to go and, force them. They brought them to Mustafar, to his... Palpatine's facility over there, and they broke him out and had this is a recurring theme for a very long time.
Yes.
Cad Bane was stealing kids. It was crazy shit.
Yeah.
Actually, no, that happened.
Come on, Disney, get some new ideas now.
That happened in Rebels too. That happened in Rebels because I remember it, because that was actually I remember like the Inquisitors. Dude, the Inquisitors were actually like badass in Rebels. They actually they just sat there and just like raided this fucking like passenger ship full of random civilians just to get this one fucking Force sensitive child. And I think it was Fifth Brother just like throws his lightsaber like down this hallway and just kills fucking, I don't know how many, 50, 60 people in one fucking throw. And it's like, damn, they used to actually be fucking brutal. Like, what is happening? What happened in the Kenobi show? Why did they turn into such bitches?
What the fuck? Empire Barriss arc?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, where Fourth Sister just like utterly like eviscerates an entire village because they lied to her. Yeah, that was actually like
shit was brutal.
The thing I didn't really.
That's what I'm sitting there like, Kenobi show. You fucked up so hard. Like you made the Inquisitors little fucking bitches, where they used to be actually badass. Like, what the fuck, guys? Come on.
Like, yeah, they were so much better in the show. But the Barriss arc was actually like really underwhelming for me, just because it's like
I just hate Barriss.
She falls to the dark side,
go fuck
become an Inquisitor, and on her first mission, she doesn't like how they do it, and then betrays them immediately.
She couldn't hack the Inquisitor
I
regime.
feel like she's
She's
literally
really good at betraying people.
She's a really good. She's a really
flake,
good
man.
Captain,
She's a total flake.
She's a Jack Sparrow character essentially. She
savvy.
falls for whatever way is convenient. Just like I don't like this anymore. Bye.
Why is the rum gone?
Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah, and then
But
she's
the
just,
rum
like,
being,
on her own, and then
you know,
sorta,
a list of Force sensitive kids.
yeah, and then just like is on her own and dies kind of stupidly, and then just whatever. Has like a very fitting end.
She doesn't die.
What the fuck character?
She doesn't die.
She becomes one with the Force. Come on.
She doesn't die.
What do you mean she doesn't die?
She doesn't die. She got stabbed with a lightsaber. She doesn't die.
Yes.
That's Star Wars
right.
101.
Somebody got stabbed with a lightsaber.
We saw her die. All right, we saw her die.
Tell that to
Acolyte made lightsabers lethal again.
Tell that to all the Jedi Khmer skewered. Tell that to what the fuck was her name? Daphne Keen's character.
No. Hey, hold on.
She
Tales
got
the Empire released
after saying that.
Tales the Empire released prior to
Jackie,
Acolyte.
got
it. It released prior, back when lightsabers were just a flesh wound. But she doesn't. You don't see her die on camera, and then the last thing you see is them leave the caves. But you're so far
well,
away
as
from
far
her,
as I'm concerned,
you can't
she's dead
see it.
because fuck Barris.
I mean, she
she's
might
dead.
as well
Barris
be.
can go fuck herself.
It was the least like. It was like the dumbest story arc ever. The only reason it exists in my head is because they wanted to bring Fourth Sister into something at some point. Because otherwise, there's no reason to have a redemption arc for Fourth Sister besides the fact of like, hey, this is why you don't see her in Rebels. That's the only other reason I can see it being in play, is to just be like, oh yeah, she wasn't a part of the Inquisition during Rebels, because she is in the Kenobi show for a brief little spat, but she's not in Rebels. So like, I feel like they're just like, oh, we're writing her out, I guess. Which was like also the dumb thing with Reva and Grand Inquisitor's little spat of like, oh, you killed the Grand Inquisitor. I'm like, everyone's like, you did not.
Oh no, so here's the thing. I actually, personally, I believed that the Grand Inquisitor was actually dead. Specifically because the Grand Inquisitor and the way he was acting and the way he looked and everything was so far fucking off from the Grand Inquisitor in Rebels.
You're like, that's not the Grand Inquisitor.
Was convinced. Yeah, I was legit convinced that they got a new Grand Inquisitor to replace the guy after he died.
Honestly,
that actually lined up with the one that we knew.
Yeah.
So
honestly,
I believed he was dead just because he felt so far off from the one that we know.
Honestly, I was hoping they were going to go down the comic version of Grand Inquisitor, and like Vader has a way to basically constantly resurrect him if he so chooses.
Damn.
And so
can't do it to his own wife, but the Grand Inquisitor.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
seriously.
Like Vader basically slaves Grand Inquisitor's soul to like a Jedi temple, and then he can't.
Oh shit.
He can't die, so to speak. And so, I think he eventually dies at some point when Luke comes and interacts with him and finds a way to basically
like sever his soul, or
yeah, like pretty much get rid of it permanently. But like that's how the Grand Inquisitor keeps persisting in so many timelines, was because of this, how it was set up. So that's what I was hoping for when they brought that out, because that's the iconic line.
That would have been
Rebels. Cool. When Grand Inquisitor dies to Kanan, he says that. So you'll find out that there are far worse fates than death.
Yeah.
And so like that's what I was hoping they were kind of leaning into, is like, let's build some of that mystery back up. But they did nothing. There's like, I just have multiple organs. You're like, damn it.
Not multiple orgasms. Those are very different. But
so
equally have a lot to do with penetration.
Wait. You can have more than one.
Wait. You can have one, and I can have one.
Whoa. Just I can have one.
Damn it.
No one else gets one.
It's a race, okay?
Yeah.
And I win every time.
Yeah. Those are the facts.
Ah, yes. 3 men, children talking about Star Wars, maybe.
So back to Chakasta.
On that note, on this Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes podcast, in which we only talk about Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes.
So yeah, my assertion is that the new raid is going to be the Jedi Temple, and it's going to be episode 3. based, and then Jedi Vanguard will be the signature faction for the raid.
Yep. Okay. I can see your reasoning. Yeah, it could happen, I guess. Do we get to murder younglings? Do we kill Baby Reaver?
I think it's gonna be we're gonna be fighting the clones. It'll be the exact same setup as the Battle of
Damn
Naboo,
it! You're telling me we don't get to kill younglings.
Probably
and you know
not.
what? They might be able to justify Spectre going in there.
Possibly. The only one that was somewhat remotely tied to it would have been Ahsoka herself. The rest of them would not.
Well, I mean, Kanan.
Kanan's not a Spectre tag.
No, he's not. No, he's the Kanan Spectre.
Nope.
Oh no, he's just Phoenix.
It was Fulcrum.
He's just
and
Phoenix,
Chopper.
right? Never mind.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe they make it Spectre Phoenix.
Maybe
they'll do the whole thing of
specific
somehow
characters
making Kanan, a Spectre tech, just like we've got Sidious and Maul. They're separatists.
They're separatists. Yeah, totally.
Separatists.
That counts. Yeah, makes sense.
They're Sith
They do whatever the fuck they want to do.
Yeah,
it
exactly.
It tracks.
So the game can happen.
So the plot can move forward. But I mean, that's where my head's at, because I feel like we're getting way too far away from Ahsoka to make that the next requirement.
Yeah, no, totally. It's that ship has sailed. I feel
it feels too like we are at the anniversary. Is it the 20-year of Revenge of the Sith?
No,
10?
No, 10 year of Force Awakens, mate.
15 of Revenge of the Sith.
In December. December for Force Awakens. Sorry if that wasn't clear.
But isn't May this
25th, isn't it? 25th anniversary of
25th. I can't
remember. Guys, help us out with maths. 20 years of Revenge of the Sith. 20s.
Yeah,
people.
20, okay.
Everybody keeps saying 20. I'm going to take
your word for it.
Okay,
I believe you.
Pretty close. So that's where my head is at. Is that they're going to do the new Jedi Vanguard faction? They're going to be the premier thing for the raid, and then they're going to push that out, which I'm okay with.
So Shazrog does ask a good question. Will there not be too much crossover with the Jedi from the current raid? They'd have to make sure it's specific Jedi, and it will be a lot of like the new ones that they're releasing.
Different fucking Jedi.
Yeah, they would need to call out very specific Jedi and which ones are going to count as that.
Jedi Guardian.
Yeah, so basically all the ones that weren't used for Naboo raid.
Yeah,
it's gonna be the ones that are the ones there.
He's gonna be there. It's gonna be great.
Odds are they're gonna choose. Odds are
Consular.
Jocasta Nu is gonna be one of the team. We know there's a legendary.
Oh, yeah.
Odds are they're gonna give us 2 to 3 Jedi Vanguard characters. That'll be your team of 5, and that's who they'll push out, and then they'll just release the other 25 characters they want to be a part of that. They'll do something with Empire or whatever they want to choose from the event. Maybe Inquisitors are part of the raid, which would be a super like if they did that, that'd be helpful for everybody, because that'd be like a faction that everyone could invest into relatively easily. But I don't know where else they go with it, to be honest. But that does seem like the next raid to me. Otherwise, I don't. The raid's not going to be out forever if they don't do something with the next era.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. I think if you're looking at Jedi Vanguard, you just go by the tag, filter by the tag, and look at your least geared Jedi Vanguard. It's those ones, okay? Those are going to be the requirements, alongside the new ones.
Okay,
and the new
so
legendary.
they're all. Karth is like, so they're all Relic 7.
They are. They are.
No, his Plo Koon is at least Relic 8, right? Because,
Oh yeah.
for Cat.
No, the only Jedi Vanguards that aren't currently required for the raid is Barriss and Amagundai, and then everyone else is
Jedi Knight Guardian and Consular aren't required for the raid.
They are.
Consular is.
Oh.
Yeah, Consular is the other healer lead.
The other healer who's not a lead.
Well, that's the thing. Like, you can use either Consular or Keller and Beck in the leader slot over there, because like Keller and Beck has a lead that is actually like somewhat useful, and Jedi Consular is a healer, so you get the healer benefits for it, but it's like not actually.
There's only
good.
one person on the entire Jedi
potency
team that gives potency up, so it doesn't matter.
Yes.
So it's,
it's not actually useful.
Yeah. I think they dropped the ball a little bit there. But
it's
what I am
just
hoping
Luminara
for
lead.
is hopefully we're gonna get like a Vanguard Lightspeed bundle, and it's gonna have Consular, I'm a Gundai, and Jedi Knight Guardian in there, like Relic 3, and I'll buy that in a heartbeat.
Consular's already in one of the bundles.
Yeah, can't be.
Consular was in the
gear level 4.
Oh no, so that was Eth Koth, Lumi, Plo Koon,
Eth Koth
so,
was, yeah. The only 3 I
Ayla.
don't have geared is I'm a Gundai, Guardian, and Consular.
Okay, yeah.
So
okay.
It was the other. It was
Yeah,
the other
my
5.
Guardian is still gear 12. Otherwise,
Guardian's
that's
a
better than
great
me.
GR tank. Come on.
Come on, just
I
Relic
mean,
9 Guardian.
technically
no, you don't even
exists
need
as
it.
a tank.
It technically is its only purpose prior to the raid, if you were at all slightly inclined to do it, was back when the Jedi Master Kenobi mirrors were like the best.
Oh yeah,
way
just
to
like a
do with
super
him.
slow fucking Guardian, and
Well, no,
let's
you just
keep it on
have it-
DI
you
forever,
just have it
or just
eat
have a
the yeet.
sacrificial, whatever.
Yeah, you just have it eat the yeet, and then you use General Kenobi on their team.
Because genuinely
Yeah,
it didn't
so-
matter, right? or you could
So
run
your Guardian or your fucking Clone Wars Chewie.
Yeah,
or you could run like super fast cat and have R2D2 in there, and he cloaks everybody and
That
leaves
too.
JMK out in the open, and then they waste their yeet.
That too. I remember doing that counter for the mirror match.
Those were
you
good
just
days.
have lives, so that when the first character dies, they just come right back.
Yeah, or you just don't lose. Damn it. Like,
Yeah. Or you
Also,
just
now
take-
your
or
R2
you
is
just
on
take
your
one
Leia
of the-
team.
You just take
Wow.
one of the 15 counters to JMK, and you just go beat him that way.
everything has to counter JMK these days. He's just too good.
Pretty close. I'm waiting for the next team to come out that just craps all over Ahsoka.
I mean, yeah, that is typically how it goes. It's like, okay, she's had 2 months.
She's had her time in the sun.
of nearly being useful.
Yeah.
She's still broken.
I'll say,
So
have they
here's the
ever fixed
counter,
the
and we'll
fucking
fix it.
bugs? Like,
They
all
fixed
the
some.
shit with her kit.
They've fixed some. They still haven't fixed backup plan yet.
They've
Yeah, that's
they've
the main
fixed
one.
some things that made the team worse.
not worse.
Yes,
Yeah,
worse.
I mean,
the
it
backup plan.
performs worse
yes,
because you
Yes,
can't get Terminator
exactly.
anymore if you're exiled.
yeah.
So
So
they did
objectively
fix that part.
worse.
Oh, and funny thing that they broke with the last update. You know how they finally fixed after like 4 years Jedi Knight Revan's leadership preventing TM gains.
Yeah.
He
It's
now
broke
just
again.
prevents TM gains from anybody if he's on the team. If a leadership grants term meter, if Jedi Revan is a countering any slot, he will prevent that term meter gain.
All right. Well,
So it's a nice little bug.
That's dumb.
Okay.
So
Listen,
if you
there's
want
not
to,
many leads that grant Terminator games.
no, but if you want to have a cheap counter like Iden for right now, you can just throw any team with Revan on it, and he'll prevent her bonus turn at the start.
But what about
Is
my
that her
Adrad?
lead?
It's in his leadership is what prevents it.
Yeah, that
I
shouldn't
remember.
be. That's weird.
No, it's broken. It's
Yeah.
not working as intended.
It isn't.
Uh,
That's broken.
No,
okay.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
supposed to.
No, I was
only
just trying
be
to
while
remember
he's in
where.
the-
Okay, sorry.
Oh, it says it's in his leadership. While Revan is in the leader slot and not in the ally slot, units are immune to bonus turn meter effects from leader abilities until the start of the first turn of the battle. But it is
Now, so
taking
my-
effect.
So my
whether
question was
he's
for
in
Iden.
the ally or not. Oh, what
So
about it?
I wasn't sure if Iden's was on her unique or her lead, and hers is on her unique.
Yeah.
On her-
So it shouldn't stop Iden,
Yeah, it shouldn't
it-
stop Iden.
theoretically.
Is it
Yeah.
stopping Iden?
Still does.
So it's just
That's
stopping
super fucked.
any
It's not
sort
even
of.
on her
does.
lead.
Yeah.
What
It's
the
broken
hell?
so many which
That's-
ways.
Oh my god, that's extra
and it-
fucked.
Yeah.
What
and it
the
should-
damn hell?
Yeah, so it's kind of funny. It's like he just stops all like preemptive Terminator.
What the fuck?
All
That's not
preemptive
cool.
Terminator. He's just like, nope, done. You don't get this.
That's
I'm pretty
not
sure
cool.
they added that clause as a means of fucking over Basti leads originally when he first came out.
Yeah,
Basti
specifically
Mir.
against the
Basti
Basti
Mir, yeah.
lead. Yeah. Because she gained what 15% Terminator or something like
Yeah,
that over there, and the protection up.
I remember there
But,
being
oh my
times
God.
where that Basti lead was actually useful because getting 15%
Yes.
turn meter at the start of battle was actually kind of useful.
Sometimes it was
Still
enough
is.
to make the
Still
difference,
is.
and you got to go first, and that was it.
Percentile turn
But-
meter gains are lit, bro. That shit's fire.
It's
I
good
did think
shit.
I thought it was her leadership that gave her the bonus turn, but yeah. If you
That's why, like
see,
the early crons with like the light side 25% turn meter. Those were
Now we've got
fucking
the modern
insane.
day crons with the dark side 25% turn meter.
Now we get the dark siders,
it's-
but they don't seem quite as useful. I don't know why.
Well, when you got bulk, like there's
Yeah.
some uses. There are some uses for it to being cool, but when you've got the 15% ramping health and protection, that's just so good.
Yeah,
Dude,
it's just,
I'm
I don't know,
just
for
a
some reason
little-
this was not hitting as hard. Like
Yeah.
the light side felt like it hit a lot harder, like with the 25% turn meter boost.
There's
as
more
opposed to the dark
teams.
side one.
It was a
yeah.
different age.
It's the thing with the light side teams is that there are more light side teams that have Terminator loops in them that you can benefit from, where dark side, it doesn't have as many ways to sustain it. Where like light side, if you get the rebel fighters ahead, they usually, especially with Luthen's implementation, they'll just bullet hose half the team before anyone comes around. CLS with the TM boost is going to get everyone to move before. Zori and the resistance team come the same way. So like a lot of the light side teams benefit more heavily from getting out and getting everyone to move first, versus the dark side teams. There are some benefit, but it's a much smaller swath.
Yeah. Also, oh my god, I just remembered. Also, that like first initial set of crons with a 25% turn meter, that was the one where was like the Jedi crons. Wasn't that the one where like the Ayla was going crazy and you could just like
so good.
loop around with a JML lead and like kill an entire Lord Vader team before they took a fucking turn? Just by,
It
like,
was
passing
the
turns back
Ayla-
around.
on JML's second turn.
Yeah, it was the
Yeah, it was
Ayla,
something
it was the
stupid like
Jedi
that.
level 6 that gave them stun. It was an unresistible stun when they used
Yeah,
a
it was the
special.
stuns with
And
the
then
everything.
she
Yeah,
took
it
the
just-
bonus turn
everything
whenever
went
it
together,
was
yeah.
stunned. And so you could just pair back and forth, and JML basically just let you Daisy chain it back and forth.
Yep.
And then
Keep
her
the
base is
entire
stunned,
enemy
so
team
she would-
stunned the whole
Yeah.
match. And
All right, so I think it was
and
probably-
ult turn 2 on JML, which was kind of cool.
Yeah. So I think it was probably more just a factor of like the crons that went along with the 25% turn meter, which is why I remember them so fondly. Rather than the 25%
it
itself.
was Jedi and Rebel, and like those were two massive factions that just giving them that unadulterated like spread was just like, oh my god, like everything with preloaded turn meter, and then like one of the largest faction tags for light side Rebel and light side Jedi was just huge.
Yeah,
That
really,
is for sure.
Really rough.
So Jocasta knew then.
So
Yes.
Jocasta knew.
We've kind of tried to talk about Jocasta new a little bit, maybe.
Sort of.
She's a very interesting character.
She is.
And she's unfortunately going to be one of these characters that a lot of her power is going to be realized once we see the legendary she's supposed to be with. It's gonna.
Yeah.
She's got a very interesting kit. That is 1.5 miles of text, but it's clear that she's going to be a support.
This is
unit.
the way.
Yeah, she's going to be a support unit for another Jedi Vanguard that will be the legendary. I'm assuming the legendary is going to be TW Omicrons, and then she's of course GAC Omicrons.
Yep.
So I'm interested to see kind of which way they run with that, and then what support characters they bring out. I'm kind of hoping we get some characters like Argon or they're from the Lord Vader event. Now I can't remember their names. Census 10, and Argon Call, or whatever his name is.
Sassyton? But Sindralig should join.
Him. The ones who went along with Mace to try and arrest Palpatine.
Yeah. Like they would make
those guys.
They would be easy ones for them to bring in.
Yeah,
Because
those would
of-
make
Yeah,
sense.
The guys
They
that
would
just
fit
died
within-
immediately. Yeah.
I mean, they fit within the definition of the Jedi Vanguard, protecting the Jedi Order, going to arrest the evil Sith Lord. As Scribble points out, they do die fucking immediately. Maybe they can have like a Fives effect where
Oh,
they do
it's
like a
the,
sacrifice, and they just like sacrifice themselves
They
and
just-
they die immediately and
If
pump everybody else.
Darth Sidious is on the enemy team, they instantly die, and
It's
Mace gets a
instantly
boost.
defeat. Yeah, right. Oh, only half kidding here.
Yeah,
Because
so
I love when
it's-
things
yeah.
are lore accurate. When they have like the little call outs to lore, the little flavor text things, those are the best kits. Always the
yeah,
freaking
those would be
best.
interesting.
But
But,
as Scribe said, Quinlan Voss.
Yes, please.
that would be a good one too. But I think that's a harder one to paint as a Jedi Vanguard, because their whole like Jedi Vanguard thing is those
What do
that
you
were
mean?
like defending the temple. Like
All
they
right. Essex, I was joking, you jackass. Fuck's sake. sorry.
I could still see. Sorry, was that?
Essex accidentally bought like a half volt on his alt account
Oh my
instead
god!
of his main account. He was on the web store, logged into the web store on his alt account. And was like, I just need half a volt of crystals, and bought them. And I said, well, where's mine? And he just sent me $50 worth of
Oh my god!
stuff. Essex, thank you, buddy. But no,
Are you and Essex in the same guild, or do you do it via PayPal?
no PayPal. No.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you.
So
Love you.
hell yeah. Drexby, Mace is actually not a Vanguard. I had to double check that. They did not give him
I don't think they
the
did,
Jedi
no.
Vanguard tag. Yeah, which is
Which is a
actually
shame.
kind of surprising to me.
He was
But
the
I guess that-
Vanguard, right? No.
Well, I think that might almost be an indication that there might be a new Mace coming. You know?
Oh my god, could you imagine?
Highly doubt that too.
It will be Mace brackets Bamf.
Yeah,
I'm here for it. I'm here
just trying to
for it.
I'm just trying to figure out who's going to be a legendary unit out of that, because it feels like it's got to be somebody
Sindralic.
important.
Well, so I was grabbing some pizza and some beer and some munchies earlier with my boy Death's Helm, because he's in the area. So
Oh,
we were
sick. Cool.
hanging out, chilling, chatting, and whatnot. And he is of course of the mind that fucking Jedi Dooku is going to be somewhere along this.
I would almost
path.
see Yaddle as the legendary before I saw Jedi Dooku.
I
but
feel
Jedi
like
Dooku could still be.
It's
one
the
of
wrong
the
timeline
unit.
for Jedi.
Not,
Dooku is the
not
weird thing.
necessarily the legendary, but definitely
Oh,
along
right.
the
Sure.
path. Well, you see, like a different, maybe not the right timeline, but they have Qui-Gon Jinn, who is from the prequel era, as one of the Jedi Vanguards. So there's definitely a little bit of leeway over there for
Oh, sure.
for when you
to
can
me,
fit
it
some
just-
some people.
Like I know that end of the day, CG did release Maul as a lifter unit for Lord Vader, so fuck reasoning and thematics. But it just feels weird
Yes.
to me to have Jocasta Nu be a lifter for a Jedi Dooku. I know you said it's not
Yeah.
necessarily the legendary, so that's
Not
kind of
necessarily
where,
legendary, but yeah.
because like obviously Dooku is long since dead at that point, which is the peculiar thing. But yeah, it
He
does
has
raise an
been
interesting
quite
question. I had no
beheaded.
idea. He did lose his head a little bit.
He is not
guys-
nearly headless. He is quite headless.
He's totally headless. Yeah,
Without
So-
a doubt, headless.
I'm not sure. I don't know where they go with a legendary. I do hope they bring in Quinlan, but
Yeah, Quinlan, I would love. He's a fantastic freaking Jedi. It's a shame that he has not, been brought into the game already. Great dude. He had a couple great episodes in Clone Wars. They of course called him out in the Kenobi show. He's got a book with Ventress. He's got a lot of good stuff that he was in, that he did. Great freaking Jedi. Great freaking character. So yeah, I'm absolutely down for some Quinlan Voss in the game. He's one of the good ones, 100%.
for sure. So do you guys have any ideas of who might be? I think Karth said Yaddle. And I know.
Oh, and that's also like it's the same argument you had against Count Dooku though, because Yaddle dies before the events of the Clone Wars. And I feel like they're gonna specifically narrow in close to around the sacking of the Jedi Temple is where they're gonna probably pick.
Do we
thing
necessarily
is,
think that though? Like I don't know.
Jocasta knew in the comic that they've taken her from. It's post Vader.
Yeah.
Like it's after Rots, so it's like that's the weird thing. But I know.
So
I'm
like
probably
in the Rebels
focusing.
Era.
Yeah, it's literally right after the Rise of the Empire. So I'm probably thinking I'm probably placing too much importance on that timeline. It's probably not going to even fucking matter, to be honest. They could easily do anything before it, right?
Fair. That's fair. Yeah.
If we didn't have Grandmaster Yoda, I would assume it would be Yoda. But we do have Grandmaster Yoda, and it would be weird to have also Yoda. Although we do have Qui-Gon Jinn, like Wolfie said. We've got Qui-Gon Jinn, and we've got Qui-Gon Jinn slightly at a different time.
And then,
in the same film.
Qui-Gon Jinn. It's exactly the same character from like the same movie, just like, and from a slightly different time in the same movie. So why not?
It's just one of them. One of them is disrobed.
And I'm being honest here. If there's any character that needs a fucking like an actual like new version or a new something, Grandmaster fucking Yoda.
It would be badass,
my dude
right?
should be one of the most badass characters in the freaking game, and he's like kind of semi-decent under JML, who is I love JML, but he's not exactly the best GL out there. So he's like a semi-decent character under a semi-decent GL, and it just feels like a bit underwhelming for the Grandmaster Yoda.
Very much off the apple on Yoda. He's had his time in the sun, and from what I remember, I believe Yoda got a rework right before I started playing in like 2018, something like that. And apparently he was actually kind of shit before.
Yeah,
but I didn't have him at that time.
They do have one.
He was brilliant.
They left one clue in the Jocasta QA.
Okay.
And that
I didn't read the Q&A.
There is a Jedi Vanguard unit to come that will have the Grand Inquisitor nods that people were looking for him also being a Temple Guardian. Because that's what Grand Inquisitor was prior to
it's part of the conversation that he has with Jocasta Nu in the comic books, is that she constantly denied him access to the library. He wanted to read the books, and she's like, you don't have the authority. And he was disgruntled about it. So that's why he was in the library post the sacking. He was like, fuck that bitch, I want to go read all the books now because she's not here to keep me out. And she sees him and she's like, motherfucker.
So they do say that one of the units will have that. So I'm curious where that kind of lines into. If they're going to just bring in, like, I can't imagine they're just bringing in generic units. We haven't done that in a long time. So I can't imagine this bringing in Temple Guardian.
I was wondering, like, do they just bring in a fucking Guardian and just like with the yellow lightsaber and shit, and just have him
we've got
be
the
like
model.
Mr. Guardian? Yeah.
Not that Guardian. Oh, sorry.
The Temple Guardian.
Temple Guardian.
They've got
not
cool
Jedi
masks.
Knight Guardian. Jedi Temple Guardian.
Where did they show up in the game? Is it TB?
No, Assault Battle.
Assault Battles, yeah.
Yeah, Places of Power one, is it?
Oh,
They're
right.
I feel like they were also... Weren't they also in like some GL events? It might have been like in the Lord Vader event. I'm trying to remember.
I don't remember.
Hey, Sir Dunk the Tall with the raid. What's going on, my dude?
Thank you so much, Sir Dunk. Appreciate you.
For everyone saying light side GI, there is no he was not a Grand Inquisitor prior to being the Grand Inquisitor.
He was just pussy-o boy failed Jedi.
If he is Grand Inquisitor, he is definitionally not light side. That is post-fall.
Nobody suspects the light side Inquisition.
I'm really hoping that the marquees that come to unlock the legendary are not all Jedi Vanguards, though, because, and selfishly, the reason for that is I'm really hoping that Lumi's Omicron has use, because she will pair well. She will pair well with Jocasta Nu with the protection recovery, but that being
Karth
said,
over here just huffing that copium.
I do have Lumi's Omicron.
Hey,
I do have a Relic 9 Lumi with her Omicron.
Oh, that's fire.
It was a sub goal. We stopped doing sub goals a while ago.
I like doing Princess Leia with Leia. It's just she hasn't had like the most. I've been eating Adrad Gin too much. There's just been too much need for Adrad Gin.
Can I sign up? Is there a wait list or?
Sign me up, baby. Yeah. Well, you never know, Karth. Maybe they won't. Maybe we'll actually get like 3 ships.
That is possible.
Just, like 2 Vanguards.
We'll see. I'm hopeful that they gave a lot of people the faction tag, so I'm hopeful that they do plan on kind of doing like they did with the Night Sisters, where they give us 2 or 3 units, and then the existing faction builds out the rest of the team.
I mean, if we're getting another Great Mothers, then fucking A.
Well,
they're really gonna have to make
it'll be
whatever
legitimate legendary though. So it's like
whatever legendary they bring in is gonna have to be really fucking powerful to make the likes of Kit Fisto and Jedi Consular Eth Koth actually useful. Like, let's be just fucking honest here for a second. Luminara Unduli is cool and all. I have her Omicron. She's Relic 9, but like it's not like she's like an actually good fucking character. Like this is gonna have to be like a crazy actually lifter to make shit good. Yeah, even at Relic 9, this is gonna have to be like a crazy legendary to actually make these shit tier Jedi like actually useful. Ricky P, my boy, has the Rejected Jedi crew song, and this is pretty much the Rejected Jedi crew. They are all just complete shit. It's gonna take an act of God over here to make them useful.
It's just a helmet. Sorry, somebody asked me if it was in the room.
Oh right,
it's in the room.
So I mean, I'm a Gundai. His his leadership ability, which I'm sure will come into play. All allies gain 30 defense, and Jedi allies gain 35% counter chance and 25% counter jet. What are you talking about, Wolfie? Woo! That's fucking broken.
I'm sorry. That's just too overpowered. Oh my god, they gotta nerf him. It's crazy.
How about his unique? I'm a Gundai recovers 15% of his max health each turn for 3 turns whenever he gets crit.
Okay, if they took that and made it like 30% and made it team wide, then maybe it would be somewhat useful.
Hey, it might be like
make him
Hera,
into a Savage.
uniques.
Make him into a Savage where he gets vulnerable.
Have
and
them share uniques.
To crit him.
Yes, do something.
My bigger concern is even at relic levels, if you crit I'm a Gundai, he's gonna live up to his name and he's just gonna die. You can't heal when you're dead.
Let's see. True. My Relic 9 I'm a Gundai has 119k health.
Oh, he could survive a crit. Yeah, he could survive a crit. Mine is.
You give him vulnerable, and then
50.
you give him that unique buff from what's her nuts, GL Ahsoka that reverts all incoming damage to 1, and then whenever he's critically hit, he gets that buff back, and then you just
I upgraded
that circle.
Unkillable. I'm a Gundai.
Now we have 100. Now I have 126,000 health on my Gundai. We're freaking
Did you just
tanking
slice
it.
a mod on him?
I sliced a mod on him. We are now at 100.
We're sending it, baby. Now work on Lumi next.
Oh God, Lumi. I'm sorry. I wish they were good. I hope they get like some touch-ups. Like seriously, this would be the time to give all these Vanguards some touch-ups. Like a little bit of things here and there, a few little touch-ups to the uniques, to the basics, to whatever. Because all of them, they have potential to actually be useful characters, but they're just such on the edge. Like when you listed off like the uniques and the leadership, and it's just like, if you up those percentages, if you make it a team-wide thing, if you do a few little things, suddenly these are formidable characters, and that's all it takes. A little bit of tweaking.
They said they were going to look into them, but they have no plans at the moment to update the other Jedi Vanguard characters.
That sucks.
They are keeping an eye on it, is what they said in the Jukasa new QA for the other Jedi Vanguard characters, but they are not they don't have any active plans to do
Yeah,
anything
that
with it.
sounds like they're not going to do anything.
Well, it's exactly what happened with Great Mothers, right? Like, oh, we'll keep an eye on to see how the Night Sisters perform. But I mean, to be honest, you know,
I'm glad they didn't.
Yeah, dude, they didn't
fuck
need it.
me.
They didn't need it.
They really
even
didn't need it.
with the basic team, the team is still nuts. If you take Talia and Spirit and Acolyte or Initiate, like that team still rolls a lot of face. It's just right now there's a lot of benefit to take the two newest Night Sister units with them. But
well, yeah, especially because Enoch doesn't really need to lead them. So
yeah. Until Imperial Remnant get back to having a good cron where it makes sense for Enoch to take them again, it's not gonna matter.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
Yeah, and the thing is if that cron includes Night Trooper or Death Trooper Peridia, it's probably still better just going under Great Mothers.
Great Mothers, yeah.
A lot of the times,
unless literally like the power is tied to if the leader is Imperial Remnant or if the team is Imperial Remnant, then it goes back.
Go full Imp Remnant team, something like that.
Then they've done that before with different datacrons.
They can very easily lock the power behind something very, very easily. It doesn't take much effort. You know, like you said, they've done it before.
Yeah, so they can be very prescriptive when they want to be, and I don't blame them. Them. It makes sense. It makes sense
for sure.
So did you cast anew then?
Jocasta new.
What do we think about her in general, guys? What do we think? Apart from the really cool lightsaber gun.
I mean, it's actually pretty badass. I'm not gonna lie. I think the whole transformation thing is kind of cool. You know, like they tried it out with JML and with C. They did it again with Ahsoka. You know, doing another transformation with Jocasta. As long as you're doing it well, I think it's a cool concept for the characters. I mean, they're not, as long as you don't overuse it. But overall, I'm sort of positive. I think it's pretty badass. We got freaking lightsaber sniper over here, so I'm here for it.
It's kind of sick in the comic because
it
is like it's a Hail Mary. It's a one-use thing. You use it once, you fry the lightsaber. Basically, it just blows the fuck.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
I think it's 5 shots is what the comic gives you.
Ah, okay.
But it's incredibly limited. It's like you get like one magazine and then that's it. 5 shots and that's all you get out of it. And then
the lightsaber handle literally melted. So.
Which, I mean, not to get too morbid, but just a quick stroll around the Jedi Temple, and she should have some extra ammunition.
Some extra lightsabers just chilling somewhere.
There should be a lot of things you can around.
Yeah.
In theory.
Yeah. It is kind of cool. I'm not sure how to feel about the fact that I think it might just be the way it's written, but aren't the Omicrons on her abilities tied to her being in the gun form, not the lightsaber form? Is that right?
I believe that they are on both abilities. They just didn't. It applies to both.
Unique Omicron says, and she is in rifle. This one says. All right, so this one does not.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So her second one, Chief Librarian, says while she is in rifle. Jedi Archivist does not say anything while she is in rifle. What's the other one? Is it Shush
her
Quiet?
Basic.
That's her basic.
Her
No, it's
turn,
her Shush Quiet. While Alan Grand Arenas, and she is in rifle. Okay, so her Shush Quiet, her special over there is dependent on her being in rifle form.
Okay.
So 2 of them are actually dependent on rifle form.
How many
She's got 3.
She has 3.
Yeah.
Her basic is.
Wait,
hold on.
Is also.
Wait, hold on. Does she have 4? No,
it's like Night Trooper. It's like Night Trooper where the one of the Omicrons changes.
Oh, the Chief Librarian is a dependent unique. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, she has 2 different iterations of the Omicron upgrade.
Okay. So this is that one is a dependent unique. All right. So the Chief Librarian over there, that one is different. All right. All right, dude, this fucking kit. Holy
kit,
crap, this kit. But yeah, the basic is it does say Wild Grand Arenas, and she is Jocasta new rifle. So the basic is rifle dependent, it seems.
Mm-hmm.
And then Shush Quiet is also rifle dependent, it seems. Wild Grand Arenas, if all as a Jedi, and she is Jocasta new rifle. So it looks like those two Omicrons only activate in this other form.
Yeah, her first unique is the one that's always active. She's got the 100% counter chance and immunity to ability block. If all allies are Jedi Vanguard, they use an ability, reduce the cooldowns if it does not exist. And I think that it does not exist is what helps her go into rifle form. So it makes sense that that one doesn't apply.
Okay.
You know, applies from the start.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's kind of sneaky in CG because it's like it gets you into rifle form quicker, so it lets you use your other two Omicrons. So, you know, you want to have at least two Omicrons on this bad mama jamma. Yeah, that's fair. I'm not... I don't want to judge it too quickly because we haven't really seen her in action. We don't really know how it's going to play out. So I don't want to be like, fuck this kit. But
it is funny they gave her the attacker kit, the attacker tag as well.
Sorry,
I'm just laughing because Slasher says he thought that I was actually shushing you as I was saying.
Shush, scribe. You can't talk here. Who do you think you are?
Oh man.
And on that note, I'm gonna get a drink.
Attacker tag.
She has the attacker tag. I was just looking to see what her base physical damage. It's not great. It's not bad, but it's not great. At Relic 8, it's 5,817. Pretty. Oh, but she's is she a special damage dealer? If she's special,
let's see. Basic is special.
Basic is special.
Special damage is the Shush Quiet. Does not exist.
Librarian changes these two. Special.
Yeah, she's special.
Okay. Yeah. So at Relic 8, she's got just shy of 10,000. She's 9,812 special offense at Relic 8. So
okay, that's decent. With a few offense mods on there, yeah, you'll be doing some decent damage.
Relic 9, she's 10,286 base special offense. So she's gonna gonna hit really hard.
That's like sea levels of offense.
Yeah, that's pretty bonkers. I was thinking she's physical, but no, being a special damage attacker, she's gonna she's an immediate candidate for Relic 9 just because of being special damage. Not that everyone needs to do that.
Her other special does special damage and deals does equal to 50% of Jocasta's max protection. So you're gonna want to stack that protection up as much as humanly possible. So does she gain protection from the Relic 9 or no?
She does. Every attacker, every class gains protection.
Okay.
She gains an additional, I think, 6,000 Relic.
So yeah, you want to stack that up as much as humanly possible.
Yeah. She gains 6,000 going from R8 to R9.
Yeah.
So she'll be a good candidate for Relic 9. Not that you'll need it, but she'll be a good candidate for it just because she benefits the most or benefits a lot from it.
And we'll see what the whole freaking team ends up being. I'm really curious to see what this actually what the actual lineup ends up turning into because just her over there, she's got a lot of really interesting things going on with her kit. But she's gonna need some support. She's gonna need a lot of units around her, like actually doing some stuff. And if she is the lifter or whatever for like the next whatever legendary coming out, then I'm very interested to see where they're going with this and what they're gonna craft.
Will I get lucky with this and the next legendary will be the tank?
Oh, about the game. Okay,
you don't need another. You don't need another reason to Relic 9 a character.
I do. Well, they've done like all the big. Like heavy hitting units as of late have been the tanks. Balin was a tank, and Ahsoka was a tank, and
I'm not sure I would call her heavy hitting, but yeah.
Well, I mean, technically her offense conversion is apparently bugged, so she's supposed to hit harder.
Wait a minute, Ahsoka team bugged? Fuck.
Wait, hold on. Something is bugged. You're fucking with me.
You are lying.
I don't
Stop
believe it.
spreading fake news, Garth.
I do what I can.
You're a fake newser.
Exactly.
I got you. I'm on to you.
I'm on to you, Slick. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
So Garth wants another tank.
I mean, the team's gonna have to have one. There isn't even a good option.
Jedi
in the
Knight Guardian.
There is no Jedi. No, because it doesn't even taunt.
You didn't say taunt. You said
Okay,
tank.
but
that's
no,
fair.
but it doesn't need the taunt because the new lead can make them taunt because Jedi Knight
fair.
Guardian taunts under a JMK lead, so that's all that they had to do.
Yeah,
So
you just stealth everybody else.
exactly
can
right.
work
You,
like
you have
new
something in the
Omega
leadership which makes them
Fugitive,
taunt.
right?
Done.
Omega Fugitive
Easy.
puts the whole team under permanent
under stealth,
stealth,
yeah.
apart from the healthiest ally.
Done. Easy.
Which will be Wrecker, which will be my next R9.
Garth is just salivating at the idea of more Relic 9 tanks.
I just have to stop Relic 8ing stuff because I blow through all my. It's like the Relic 9 mats I have no problem keeping up with now. It's the Relic 8 ones I keep getting screwed
Yeah.
because the new stuff comes
First world
out.
problems.
I want to update the team to be as potent as possible.
And Garth's like, oh, I'm relicating too many things. Oh, my life
am.
is so hard.
I am down to like.
I'm relicating
under-
too many things. That means I can't relic 9 as many things.
Exactly.
Oh God,
God
my
damn it.
life is so hard.
You guys understand.
All
and
of
I
these
appreciate
relic 8s getting in the way of my relic 9s.
You guys get me.
that. You guys get me.
See,
Exactly.
we really understand you, Garth. We
I appreciate
empathize.
it. I appreciate
Truly.
it.
See,
Truly.
that's the issue I'm on right now is obviously not been whaling on the new marquees so much. Light whaling. I've been doing the 5 packs, but it basically means everybody is about halfway to 6 stars. And
Right.
that's been great for my signal data because I'm like, oh, look at all the signal data I got. I'm not just blowing it on every brand new marquee. But because we know Jocasta new and this next era is definitely leading to a legendary, I feel like I'm in a hard place because I'm like, well, I've got to relic up the new stuff, but then I won't be able to relic up the new Bad Batch. And even though they're not needed for anything, I want to.
But
It's a weird place to
watch
be.
Crosshair be the next elite marquee. Like I low key am feeling they're gonna do something with him to make it like the team pretty cranked. Because they're like,
I think
"Oh,
they
we
go the
didn't have-"
opposite way, and they give him a
Oh,
unique
man.
called PTSD, and he's got a 50% chance to just give himself fear at the start of every one of his turns.
Oh god. But whenever he gains fear, he gains 100% offense the next till
Yes,
until
give him
he gets
offense
attacked.
stacking
But
whenever
he-
he gets fear.
He gets
Yeah.
minus 1,000% accuracy, but the next turn he does 500% more damage.
There you go. Oh my
At
god. that was-
1,000% damage, he instantly defeats the target.
Yep. Obviously.
GLs are not
Done.
GLs are not immune.
Yeah.
Are not immune to these instant defeats.
Well, you saw Hunter's second special
Yeah,
is
it's pretty
not
wild.
reduced by GLs.
Yeah.
Like that's a lot of damage. That is a lot of
Well, that's
damage.
exactly
again?
what we need in the game right now. Is we need more marquee teams that just kill GLs.
Yeah, exactly.
What does Hunter do again?
He
Forget.
blows
His-
shit up.
His second special, this will hurt. He
Yeah.
deals physical damage to target enemy equal to 100% of their max health, increase to 200% if they are marked, which can't be evaded.
He's gonna
Shock all
one-tap
enemies
Rey.
for 2 turns. He's gonna have a field day with Lord Vader in TW.
Oh god.
Then this
So
ability
yeah,
can't
it's
be evaded.
physical
in-
damage, so it's not percentage health damage, so it doesn't get reduced by the percentage health stuff.
Well, yeah, it's like Malgus's jump, so it deals damage based off of the opponent's max health instead of his max.
Well,
health.
Malgus's jump is based off of his max health, but yeah, it's based off of the
Yeah.
opponent's max health. So yeah, oh my god.
Mhm.
Which I think you just
But-
said,
then-
but I
But
talked
if it's
over you
yeah.
because I'm a
does
jackass.
it actually go through a does it go through an armor check then? If it's
Yeah,
physical,
well, yeah.
It's so it, okay.
Yeah,
so
it
it
says
takes
physical
their
damage, so
100% theirs, but it's still going to take into account their armor essentially. So it'll get
Yeah.
reduced.
So
it won't
take,
actually
it
be
would
a
still take the
1-to-1.
armor.
Yeah.
It would still take the 30% Galactic Legend damage
But-
reduction.
Presumably, it can still
Um,
crit as well.
Yes,
Oh,
I
It's
don't
not
see why it
true.
wouldn't.
it's not true damage; it's physical,
Yeah.
so it can still crit.
oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna hit. It's
Oh.
gonna hit really hard.
Hunter's going to be spicy.
But
Throw
the
him in
thing
the
is,
OG Bad Batch as the fifth. Let's go.
That's the thing is though, is that we're only halfway through the ability. He then shocks all enemies for 2 turns, which can't be evaded, and inflict protection disruption on them for 3 turns.
Can be resisted though.
Yeah,
Yes,
can be resisted.
Well,
But the protection
yes.
disruption can't.
it can as well. It just can't be evaded. But
No,
yeah, so
or
you're
resisted.
right. You're right.
Sorry,
You're right.
yeah,
The next
protection
clause
option can't be evaded
next
or
clause,
resisted. Yeah.
or resisted. Then all Bad Batch allies gain 100% defense penetration until the end of the encounter.
Stacking. Wow.
Yeah, it just
This is
says
like-
stacking. So it is a cooldown of 30, and you will have to like get that cooldown, worked down and everything. But still,
Except in TW with this Omicron, it doesn't have a cooldown at the start.
oh god.
So it's gosh.
Okay.
So you can
So-
use
At the
it
start
to
of the
yeah.
encounter, Hunter has This Will Hurt available. When Hunter
Nice.
gains a stack of target practice, reduce This Will Hurt's cooldown by 5. If there are no Galactic Legends, while a Bad Batch active is while a Bad Batch ally is captive, Bad Batch allies deal an additional instance of damage to the target enemy on their turn, which can't be evaded. Whenever a marked enemy takes a turn, reduce their max health by 10%, stacking until the end of the encounter, except for Galactic Legends. It's gonna be a super nutty team, and like this is the thing is I'm looking at the Wrecker's gonna be the tank. Okay, cool, whatever. Crosshair is gonna be the damage for the team because Omega's also a support, right?
Oh,
Yeah, and she just pissed all damage.
And Batcher is kind of a decent
support.
attacker. but more
Batcher,
of a-
so I
of
think
a
we sort of talked
support.
about him. We sort of talked about him, I think, recently. He feels like a JKR, where like
Yeah.
he is an attacker, but he's like mainly a support.
Well, and it's his
He does damage,
feels
but
like he provides the techniques or the support to let the rest of the team do loads of damage. It feels
exactly.
Yeah. Well, it's he's the utility character essentially. Because his mark his mark can go to anybody, even if they're stealth. He can just target them with that. I believe there's going to be something he plays with. Like I believe either Wrecker or Crosshair is going to play with the bleed effects as well. Because otherwise it's a really kind of like useless mechanic for how the team is sitting right now.
Yeah, they need to have that implemented with more characters.
You need to have some sort of heal immunity or some way to trigger the bleeds or consume the bleeds immediately.
100%.
I know
if it's just Batcher, it's not going to do very much.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yep, it's gonna be wild. So this is my problem, man. I do kind of want to, even though they're not required for anything, I do kind of want to invest in new Bad Batch. That's the thing. But I know the sensible choice is to go hard for Jedi Vanguard.
Yeah.
Well, watch them somehow make this new Bad Batch team part of the new raid as well.
Oh, well, why not?
They always can, like legitimately.
They can,
depending on what era they go with, you never really fucking know. And depending on how they want to loop things in, you never really freaking know. Like the one with the Crate Dragon raid.
Jar Jar Binks was, fighting in the battle for Naboo, and brought Boss Nass and everybody. Do you remember that time that Jabba the Hutt fought a Crate Dragon?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like with the Crate Dragon raid, we had Jabba the Hutt over there. We have all of the freaking Jawas. We got all of the Tuskens. We got all these freaking bounty hunters, which like may or may not have actually been there. They take some turns. They take some artistic license over there. Do you not remember when Range Trooper and Shore Trooper were in the Battle of Endor? Do you not remember that,
Ewoks got back? I mean, come on.
I mean, you ain't wrong. You ain't wrong.
It was funny. Right before I started this stream, the BAFTAs were on TV, and Warwick Davis won an award. So I got to see Wicket earlier, and Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill was there. So
nice.
Yeah, it was kind of cool. I was like, I would recognize that furry butt crack anywhere. He was 11 years old when he played Wicket. Did you know that?
Really?
Yeah. Fucking wild.
Damn. I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
He got promoted. He got a bigger role because he was the best Ewok. So,
that's awesome.
So George Lucas was like, damn, this kid's good, and made him Chief Ewok.
And then
that's awesome.
Gave him the the potion where he never got any bigger.
Well.
You are the
That's
best Ewok.
allegedly.
You will never grow any larger than the size of
You are
Ewok.
destined to be an Ewok forever.
The forever Ewok.
Yeah.
Now from Chanel.
I mean, yeah.
He did some good work.
He did some great work. He's been on loads.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's been in a ton of stuff.
Yeah. I mean, it's not
That is
satisfied
absolutely
with
for
just
sure.
being in like multiple Star Wars projects, but you know, he's also in the Harry Potter franchise as Flitwick and as Grip Hook and as somebody else as well. I can't remember, but yeah, he's all over the place.
Yeah,
Man.
he's got a lot of credits. Good dude.
Yeah,
For sure.
Yeah, credits will do fine. What were we talking about again? I forget.
No, they won't.
No, they won't.
Somewhere we were talking about Jocasta.
We're talking
So
about
Jocasta new.
I feel
Hunter
like
and Jocasta and
The
all
new
sorts
Bad
of
Batch.
stuff. The new Bad Batch and everything.
So we should be getting Wrecker next, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
he'll be
Rika should be
game-
next.
Mm-hmm.
He'll be in game next week, and then Crosshair should be the last one, and I think he'll be the last marquee for the era. I don't think there's anything that indicates they're going to do anything beyond the 5. Not that they can't, but I don't think there's
Not that
anything
they
that
can,
indicates
but maybe.
There's
You
always
never
that
know.
new Asajj. You could have new Asajj, but I'm a highly
I mean,
Bro,
that would
how
play
do we
very
not
well with
have-
Quinlan.
Yeah,
Right.
how do we not have a mercenary Asajj yet? Like it's
Dude,
crazy.
I don't
She's even
know.
in the Bad Batch season 3.
I don't
Come on.
know. I was hopeful that we would get her, but when they said there's no event or anything coming from the era, it really just made it seem like they're just going to release the new Bad Batch team and then call that a day. So
Well, that kind
I
of
don't-
sucks.
I don't have strong hopes.
Yep. But it should be good. I'm assuming that Wrecker is going to be a tank again.
I would imagine so, just because of how the kit works from Omega, where
He sort of needs to be a tank. I mean, if she's a
can't
support
see
and Hunter is
Crosshair
a
being one.
support, Crosshair is sure as fuck ain't a tank. I mean,
Well, actually, we say that, but Crosshair's been through some shit.
he has been through some shit.
He's still
This is true.
standing. he could take
Dude,
abuse.
honestly, did you see Bad Batch season 3?
Yeah.
Because like his 1v1 versus like the other
Oh,
whatever
yeah.
fucking like activated whatever trooper.
He took his licks.
Crosshair took a fucking beating. He was like drowned. He was broken. He was beaten.
Hit him in the head.
He went through it. So yeah, he absolutely took a freaking beating over there.
I think we can agree.
My dude can
Crosshair's
stand
a
up to
tank.
abuse. All right, Crosshair is the tank. It is
Please
officially
don't be
canon.
that. Please don't.
Maybe
mean,
he
I
has like some sort of
Could you
rage
imagine?
meter. The more damage he takes ramps his offense.
Oh my god, right?
That
For
would be
every
good.
10,000 damage he takes, he gains 2% offense stacking.
Yes.
Until the end
Well,
of the
like
level.
Lord Vader charges his ult by taking damage while debuffed. So like, why doesn't he just like charge his offense by taking damage?
Exactly. It makes sense to me. You know,
See,
he-
that's
he-
where I feel like they should have just put the debuff on Lord Vader that they use on like Tatooine in the TB, where
Well, the
everyone gets dots,
dots.
but then he makes your team take reduced damage from percent health effects, and then that way you could just ramp up his ult faster and faster and faster, because they would just like by the end of the fight, if he couldn't cleanse it, they would be just like instant ulting on Lord Vader when everyone takes like one guy takes a turn.
Mm-hmm.
Get the 50 dots and just one guy takes a turn. Lord Vader gets an instant ult. Boom, done. Lord Vader doesn't suck anymore. You're welcome.
There we go.
CG.
No, don't be silly.
We fixed it. We fixed your game, CG. You're welcome.
Pay us
I
later.
still want Lord Vader to be a better team.
Poor
He's
Lord
not
Vader.
bad. He's not bad right now, but the fact that he's just so easily countered. Like, you have to sacrifice ungodly good characters to make him good. And
Mm.
even then, like, he's not unbeatable. It's just
Well,
he
nobody's
is
unbeatable.
a little annoying.
Like I legitimately, I can't think of a Lord Vader lineup that would actually stop Bo-Katan Mandalore from beating him.
Lord Vader, Maul, Starkiller, Maliko's Night Sister.
That is a nasty combo.
Maybe with Starkiller and Malicos, maybe. But you're going fucking overboard over there.
That's the only way to do it.
Holy motherfucking shit! That is like 4 teams in one.
Three teams in one. What? Jesus Christ!
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you.
But it's a lot of it's dependent on the Starkiller Kron, just because the extra calls to his attack. Like once Maul takes a turn, it's over. But,
that's a bit of a different situation.
Yeah.
But
thank you.
So if you have Bam on the team, you get the damage immunity, you still get the revive and everything. I guess with Malicos you wouldn't get the revive. Yeah, Malicos would fuck that up. All right, so that's probably legit, that's what you have to do to prevent Bo from beating it.
Exactly.
Those are the lengths you have to go to.
Yeah, it's a ridiculous
that's crazy
level of things you have to do to make Lord Vader viable. But they don't really give him a lot to work with, because everything that they bring in good for the Empire team ends up being its own team. And you're kind of foolhardy to be like, we're gonna run Inquisition under Lord Vader because
I mean, that was a thing for a while.
Yeah,
people did do for a long time, but they have way too much value on their own.
Yeah.
Well, Jesus,
they can do so much stuff on their own.
The Reaver lead Ray teams.
Yes.
I remember that, and Bo beat those teams.
Yeah. It was playing off that datacron that let you ramp offense based on debuffs. And Reaver was like, I'm just going to give 5 stacks of purge to the entire enemy team. So
it was scary.
Loads of offense. It was scary. It's like, I don't
if you weren't ready for it,
quick, killer.
If you weren't ready for it, it did not take any prisoners.
That was the support crown, right? Back in the day, the Dizzy. Oh my god.
Yeah, dude, it was wild. That cron was horrible. I'll be honest.
That whole Datacron set was a nice deviation from what we'd had, but clearly the power level on that was just ungodly.
It was all in the level 6s. It was all in the support cron.
Well, the attacker cron was still good. The double attack was
the double attack was actually fucking fire. CLS was useful again.
Dude, the attacker attack again crons. What was the one that actually just fucking slapped with?
But it was great on Starkiller.
It was Starkiller was fucking amazing because Mara isn't Mara an attacker? Because I think she would double tap and would double call people. It was double some stupid shit over there.
Not Sidious,
there was
some.
There was some crazy shit over there with the attacker attack again crons.
Yeah,
those were some wild times.
The support cron was just if you could build the nuke, it would kill a team. It could get its hands on. So it's having Sortie just be a nuke against so many things was ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
Oh god, I remember the Sortie droid nuke team. That was cool.
There was a lot of fun.
I never got to run that.
It was just. It was just. So
I don't have the Zetas on T3, so I never got to run that.
I think I've got one.
Speaking of the Datacrons, we could, I guess, discuss the newest set a little.
Yeah.
There's a new set of Datacrons.
Galaxy Heroes. Yeah,
we could do that. I mean, we have
contemporary topics.
There's a lot
surrounding the game we cover.
Yeah,
there's a lot of interesting crons in this one. They have a lot of powerful level 9s in this set, which is kind of interesting because usually there's a handful of good level 9s, and I think each faction has 2 or 3 really good ones that could be manipulated in a lot of.
I'm happy to see the Nest Cron back, but only because I didn't have a Relic 5 Nest the last time it was around.
I think the funny part is that the
Nest is going to be crazy.
Yep.
The Nestcron now is gonna
This is like an amped up Nestcron.
Sort of.
It's the same as before, isn't it?
Is it?
Level 9's the
this
same.
Looks different.
The
level 9. I thought level 9 was different than before.
Same as last time.
I thought there was more shit. I got to look that up. I thought there was more shit than before. Because this looks like this is 6 fucking lines of text. This looks like a lot more than last time.
That's a lot of text.
But I don't know.
Damage.
It just might be a formatting thing that they did differently on this one.
Yeah.
That's quite possible. Yeah, they could have just changed the formatting. It just looks like a lot more because I'm a fucking stoner. So take a look at that.
Stuff is hard sometimes.
It looks about right. But the funny part to me though is with Balin in the game, is that if you put Nest with Rey, Balin's just gonna walk over this team whether Nest is there or not. So it's like I feel like it's one of those things where it's like the Kron is back. It's annoying, but there are more counters to what exists at the time.
Right.
Because that Kron was what literally a year ago.
Yeah.
So
a lot's happened since then.
Yeah. So
we were different people back then.
Well, we didn't have Balin or Ahsoka or Great Mothers, where it's like, hey, you no longer get protection.
That's not a thing.
Who cares about your stacking bonus protection? It's gone. So there are just more ways around it.
Doesn't Balin just ignore that if they have an Ahsoka on the team?
If there's an Ahsoka on the team, yes. But with Balin's Omicrons with the anti-inspired mechanics, you'll wipe out the rest of the team, and then once Shin can take one turn versus
oh, okay, yeah.
Nest,
she does stupid damage.
Yeah,
dude,
it's not hard to control her. It's not hard to control Nest with
I think it
Balin.
was actually our last Tribe Talks, Wolf, that you mentioned about taking the Balin team to all Relic 8. And I think I did it on the Tribe Talks, guys. I was just like, fucking Shin Relegate,
dude, they're fucking stupid.
Marok Relegate. Let's just do it.
Literally yesterday, I took Balin versus a Rey team, and it was like Rey. I don't think Ezra was there because I think he was on the Ahsoka team. So it was like Rey, Fulcrum, Ben, JTR, whatever shit on there. And Balin does his big ol' AOE and knocks out 3 out of 5 of them and takes Rey into the red and the other one into the red too.
Just wild.
Like, it's fucking stupid. The team is so goddamn good. Balin just like, I really hope that we can get I can get a solid Kron for Balin, because the Balin Kron right now that I have for him, it's like a good spread of stats. We got some offense, we got some health, we got some protection and whatnot. It's not a crazy focus on anything. I'm just hoping I can get a good Balin Kron for for upcoming for him, because goddamn, I love that team. It's
Balin is a lot
one of my favorite teams to play, especially because it revived Hondo. And y'all know my feelings on Hondo. So.
On Relic 9 Hondo, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
well,
yes.
the thing is too is the level 6 on Mercenary is pretty nuts too. The 100% defense penetration whenever they attack on a turn, they attack again. They deal 5% more damage for each stack of Soldier of Fortune.
Yeah, that's wild.
As well, and then whenever an enemy attacks a mercenary ally out of turn, they get exposed, which can't be evaded or resisted.
Like that
crazy. Level 6 is going to cause Hondo to escape a lot more than people want him to. Like, you're going to have to be really careful who you capture with Hondo, because it's going to be like, oh, we definitely killed that guy.
I'm also used Hondo on offense. I guess who am I used to captivating with him? If I'm going against a Rey team, I'll be captivating Ezra, or I'll be captivating JTR usually. Yeah. If there's no Ezra, I'll captive JTR. Usually it's Ezra though.
I'd be very surprised. Well, no, I suppose not in a Balin team. I was like, I'd be very surprised if anybody dies straight out before they hit damage immunity, and by that point, I'm sure Hondo has probably got enough stacks.
Ransom.
Well, if you have all the defense pen, if you have all the extra damage for the stacks of Soldier of Fortune, there's a good chance that Shin's AoE or like Marok's AoE can actually just one-shot people.
Yeah, those guys, legitimately.
There's a good chance.
Yeah,
Marok has an incredibly high chance of one-shotting because of the bonus damage is only when they attack out of turn.
Yeah.
And also the bonus stats are extra crit damage and armor pen. And offense. So
you can get some wild datacrons out of this.
Yeah, you could actually do some crazy fucking damage and like maybe accidentally one-shot people and have Hondo escape. That, you're not wrong, is an actual risk.
It would be funny. You're gonna have to capture GL Ray and pray that she lives long enough.
You can't captive GLs. It doesn't do anything.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I
Yeah,
thought
so
acted
it doesn't even work.
fracture. No,
No, you
you're
can't
right.
even captive them. They're just immune to captive.
Bummer.
Son
Yeah,
of a
so
bitch.
you can't even do that. Because like that was
that
always
does
like the
remind me,
biggest
they still
thing.
haven't fixed Exile.
No. Well, that was like the biggest thing
does
with
it
like
still not
Hondo
prevent
against
buffs?
no.
Yeah.
With Hondo against GLs, like if you were able to still captive somebody like C, still captive somebody like Ray, and have it have reduced effects, then you'd still be able to stack up. But Hondo's stacking is dependent on the enemy being captive while you take a turn. So if you never have the chance to take a turn while they're captive, because they're never actually captive, Hondo can't stack up for shit. So he just completely fucking neutered against GLs over there.
Yeah,
so it's like you
just
need
takes forever.
no, you like it because they can never actually get captived. Like they're immune to it specifically.
Yeah.
So if they were actually like able to get captive, you'd at least be able to stack up and have a chance. But he's just completely neutered against all GLs, unlike Thrawn, where they can still fracture them. It just has a reduced effect. His has no effect. He's just fucked. Like that kind of sucks.
Poor Hondo.
So as long as you can like captive other people, then he's fine. But oh Hondo, I wish he was. There's so many like little things we could just tweak with his kit, please.
He got much better after
the
mercenary release. Just in the update to his Omicron, he became massively better.
Yes.
With the
oh my god,
release.
Changing that to extra mercenaries and not just the smugglers, 100% so much better.
Yeah.
Absolutely agree.
Huge swing for him.
Without a fucking doubt.
They've got some interesting stuff. I like that they've caved and they're gonna give everyone the Hunter Cron that has a 7-star hunter after the event ends.
Oh yeah.
I find that interesting. Just because there are people like, well, you didn't say that he was going to have a bespoke cron and that it was going to be needed at Relic 7.
Have they ever done that in the past though? Like because they've had a few crons where it's like you need to have the first couple. Well, like they had the cron where like
I can't remember.
Morgan had to be at 7
You had to have Morgan there.
Great Mother's cron.
I know they've done. Sorry, I know they've done that before. They did that for Great Mothers 100%. They did that for one before that. Like. Well, it was never a problem then.
Night Trooper was the first one that came out, and I believe with Padawan Obi-Wan.
Now, who was before that? Was it Padawan Obi-Wan where you needed everyone up to relic levels, or was it the?
I think it was
Padawan Obi-Wan.
Padawan Obi-Wan, but I don't know if it was who came first, if it was Padawan Obi-Wan or Qui-Gon.
I feel like there was a couple of there was at least one or two of those crons where you needed all the preceding characters in order to get the specific datacron over there. There was at least a couple of those. So I don't know why they would back down on that and suddenly be like, oh no, sorry guys, everyone
honestly,
gets it. They just
low key confused.
Padawan Obi-Wan was first. Okay.
I'm confused as to what the plan was with the Hunter Cron, because clearly he's just designed to go support mercenaries.
Yeah, which is kind of weird.
It's very
because the whole team isn't even out yet. Like,
I mean,
that's the way through the fucking loop. We got 3 out of the 5 characters in the team. We don't have like what the fuck? Like, why are they even releasing characters? Why are they releasing Datacrons for this team?
They had to try and align it to the new Datacron set releasing, and they, the choice was now or never, and they just thought, "Fuck it, I'd rather have some sort of cron." Because if they wait until Crosshair comes out, that's another month, and the new Datacron would have been out for a month, so you'd lose a month's worth of value.
So you give Crosshair the Datacron, and then you make this Datacrons for First Order and give Sith Ray Datacron. Like that is really fucking with me.
You.
Like why the fuck does Sith Ray not have a Datacron? But
could have
Hunter has Datacron for
something
3/5 of a team. Like that's just really fucking with me. I don't get it.
Double, even dial that in a little bit more. He has a Datacron that half of the Datacron requires full mercenaries.
Oh,
So you can't use it in the team at all.
So
but you also need full Bad Batch.
No, you don't.
What do you need full Bad Batch with any of New Mega's stuff?
With Omega stuff, I don't believe.
New
so.
Omega. I thought she needed full Bad Batch, right? Doesn't she need full Bad Batch for stuff?
Let me see.
Or is it full mercenary for stuff? I thought it was full Bad Batch for stuff. Because she's not a mercenary.
She's not a mercenary at all. Neither is Batch.
Yeah, she's not a mercenary.
Yeah.
So this is so fucking confusing.
No. This was literally just designed to be a plug and play mercenary Datacron. Like none of this is required for them to have. Like Omega just buffs Bad Batch allies. She does not have actually anything that says, or if she does, I haven't read it yet.
It doesn't require full Bad Batch. Okay.
It doesn't require full
Bad
Batch.
I don't know all these kits by heart. There's so many new fucking kits, which is
I've been away for a week.
Coming out.
I barely know this game at this point. I don't know what's going on here.
There's encyclopedias been released since you went on vacation.
Well, exactly. You know, it's a different world now.
I feel like you could fit most of I feel like Swoga could be classified in like encyclopedia volumes, where it's like everything up until probably the first Galactic Legend releases was like you could probably fit that all in one encyclopedia.
Probably, yeah.
Then everything between like Galactic Legend releases needs to be in its own encyclopedia because how much text they add with the GLs and these kits. It's like every era.
The new mechanics they add.
Yeah. Every era is going to be its own encyclopedia.
Pretty much.
And encyclopedias, they're expensive, man. They're very costly. They look very nice on a shelf and everything, but it's not what we want. And there's still no in-game glossary for us to look through these abilities and stuff.
Seriously, why can you not click on a fucking ability and see what the hell it does?
Yeah, and
like the number of times I have people asking, like, oh, what does advantage mean, or what's the difference between advantage and vulnerable? Like, how does this function? Like, what is going on over here? Like, if you could just click on the fucking abilities in game and see what the hell they do. As opposed to having to know
help that they
the first character
over the years as well. Like advantage has changed over the years and stuff like that.
That too.
Well, the fact, the
thermal detonators, different damage based on who does the thermal. I mean, that's not even explained anywhere.
Yeah. Well, they do say in the kits how much damage they do on most of the thermal damage in each individual kit.
Really?
Yeah, I believe so.
I'm checking.
I don't remember seeing that anywhere
right now.
I know.
I don't remember seeing that anywhere.
Usually,
because I had to get told by somebody that they did different damages because I didn't remember reading it in the kits.
Yeah, it's not a Mob Enforcers kit.
I didn't think it was in any of their kits. Like if you look at like Bush Leia, I don't think it says like what her percentage damage is.
Does. I know
for her thermal.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, no. If you look at the actual ability. Like her thermal detonator ability has got modifiers on the left-hand side, plus 2.5% thermal detonator damage, plus 2.5% thermal detonator damage, plus 5%.
Are you looking in-game?
Yeah, in-game. Like on each tier of the ability, there's nowhere that says the total amount, but on the ability
okay, so nothing actually says the total amount,
it's not
but
in the
it gives you hints to it.
Yeah, if you look at the ability levels.
So it doesn't actually tell you.
Yeah.
It doesn't actually tell you. It just gives you hints at that you're doing more thermal det damage.
No, Mob Informer she doesn't.
But it doesn't specifically say though.
Jabba does on his.
Does it?
It actually says how much his thermal dets actually do.
No, maybe I just remember all the mechanics from Swoga.gg too well.
Apparently, he's just like, I am Karth Savant, and I memorize all the numbers, and I am Rain Karth Man.
But I don't say... No,
I am Rain Man Karth.
Rain Man Karth. Rain Karth Man.
Yes.
Karth Rain Man. Rain Karth Man.
No, they don't say.
It's Rain Karth. Hallelujah. I don't think it says anywhere in the kits like their actual percentage damage, like what it actually does. Yeah. Because like I said, I had to be told by somebody that the thermal deaths do different amounts of damage.
You're 100% right. I just remember from looking up
because I had no fucking idea.
Yeah, it's 30% for Hut Cartel, and then like I think Jawa's at 25%, and then I believe Mob Enforcers is 40%.
Yeah.
And then
sure, totally. I'll take your word for it.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna smile and nod.
Yeah, there's somewhere between 20 and 40%. It is a nutty amount, but I don't know why they didn't make it consistent. It never made sense to me.
In my opinion,
that always
it's
threw
like
me through a fucking loop.
It's like having an expose do different amount of damage based on who applies it. It's like it's fucking expose. It does the same amount of damage. It
But
always
that's like
does.
that's what they should do.
Well, it's like I bought my thermal deaths from the Zerga Corp over here, but I bought my thermal deaths over here from the Hut Cartel, and we got our thermal deaths. Our thermal deaths are better than your thermal deaths. It's like they're all different manufacturers.
These are
we don't have like harmonized
modified
standards for thermal deaths over here in the fucking galaxy. Come on.
The Hut Cartel stuff like an extra 10% more thermals inside of their detonators. So fucking, you know, it just works.
Yeah, apparently that's how that works. They just got a few more explosives in there, a few more pounds of what the I don't even is it C4? Is it
no,
is the
just
thermal
pure
detonator
heat.
explosive?
They've
more
caught
thermals.
Oh, just thermals
inside
just
of
an extra 50 cc's of thermals. Gotcha.
Yes.
All them thermals.
Yep, that's all it is. What they've done is they've gone from the Final Fantasy franchise. They've hit a bomb 3 times, so it's going to self-destruct, and they've caught it inside of a Pokeball, and that's how you get a thermal detonator.
Okay.
So you just throw it out, and the bomb explodes in your face.
Perfect.
But some people are really good, and they can capture 2 bombs with 1 Pokeball.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's like the Hut Cartel, so they get the more damage. Okay, I got you.
Twice as much.
Unless, now it makes sense.
You know.
I have no more questions.
Yeah, I mean, it should have been clear to see, really. We should have understood this from the get-go.
Yeah, the only thing that
my sincerest apologies.
They need to have in the game is like help people understand like the difference in the mechanics that they've changed, because it's like vulnerable is you can always crit unless they have crit hit immunity, and then
you can always crit unless you can't.
Advantage was a guaranteed crit. Now they changed it to it's just you can quit. You can 200%, crit at 200%. So it's not a guarantee anymore. And then there's just so many things that and like what evasion really is, or what like speed up is only 25% speed versus like so many others of the other buffs are 50%.
Offense up is 50%.
Yeah, nothing is uniform in their different buffs, and you don't really know what they grant unless you have that like Swogo Wookiee memorized as to what all the buffs do, or how they even take effect. Fun fact: speed up does not take effect until the first character has taken a turn. So if you start the battle with speed up, you don't get the benefits of it until somebody's taken a turn. Yes, that's how it works.
Do you remember that like interaction with like the Lord Vader battles?
Yes.
The Lord Vader counters back in the day. I remember like running into this a couple of times and like having to do the math. Like people clipped me and like trying to figure out what the fuck is actually happening with this.
Oh, is that
it's like
with the
Lord Vader? Yeah, it was like the Lord Vader lead. Yeah. You would get the speed up at the start of battle, but it wouldn't actually come into effect until like once the battle had actually started. So you would get your buffs, they get their buffs, and like things would come into play different, like at a different time. So the speed up wasn't actually giving it to the full thing; it was giving it to like the pre-lead speed. It was the weirdest fucking interaction in the world, but it was. Yeah, that was some funky shit.
Fucking algebra, bro.
Yeah, it's weird.
It was
how
crazy.
Some of the mechanics take effect. They, honest to God, should just been like, they should have just done what they did with like scimitars. Like they get 30 speed for 2 turns.
Yeah.
Like quit giving this massive fat percentage.
Maths is hard, and we don't like doing it.
It was definitely a lot.
We invented datacrons, and then we didn't need math anymore. We just use overwhelming force.
Well, it's not just the math, it's like the order of events, because it's like when things are actually taking place, because like the 25% speed wasn't applying to the after the lead speed, it was applying to the base speed. So it was like when this speed was applying was like changing how much they were actually gaining, and it was like, where the fuck is the logic in this? And like, why do we have to actually figure this out? And why does this not make sense? It just, no part of this was a good idea.
There was speed and stuff happened at some point.
Yeah, lots of speed.
So much speed. Yeah,
the fun kind too.
Ooh, hey, yeah.
Oh, Vader.
Oh my lord. We are over time,
All right.
guys, but we've probably got some questions.
Do we got any questions?
Probably
We have a few.
a
There's like
few,
three.
you might say.
I think I answered one midstream by showing my Rohirrim helmet.
Sick.
But
All right,
So that
we'll start
leaves-
off with Hod Hod, 1863. A very big Swigger lore question right here. Well, you've come to the right place, Hod Hod. Game lore wise, how do you
We
think...
know all the Swigo lore.
And we know all of the questions as well.
Yes.
How do we think
Not the
guild
answers, though.
part of the game... No, we just only know the questions. We don't know the answers. How do we think the guild part of the game is explained? Like, the guild section is clearly part of the cantina, but it's blocked off by that one three-eyed alien, so you stand the reason only guild members can enter that part. Oh, I see what you mean. You mean thematically, the actual cantina in-game, where do guilds reside? That's a very
Right.
good question. Yeah, this is not this is like a meta game question. It's not even about the meta or the game. It's kind of like in the game universe, we all operate out of a cantina where we play on a holotable. So how do guilds get
Yes.
formed? That's an interesting question.
it's easy. Guild's gonna hang out.
I'm
behind
sorry.
a
Okay,
curtain.
say that again. All right. So I get the framing. Repeat the question, please.
Visually in the game, there where the guild.
That's
tab
not the
is-
question.
that is the question.
It's like where do the guilds go? It's behind the guy with the three-eyed pillar.
It's,
You
there's
can
a,
see
there's
there's
a
a
curtain there.
there's a
You
big
can see
curtain.
the opening.
Hold on.
It's
Yeah.
a VIP booth. They've got dancing
Yeah.
Twi'leks and everything behind there.
That's where the guild hangs out.
It's
The
where-
guild.
If you've
Okay,
ever
yeah,
been
yeah, that's
a
the VIP
part
section.
of like
Yeah.
a pool team for your local pub, it's exactly
Yeah.
the same thing. It's just a bunch of
Okay,
dudes.
yeah.
I say a
And then
bunch of
there's,
dudes.
you
there's
step
the
out of the
fucking
VIP
guys
room
that-
to do everything else.
Yeah,
that hide
there's
behind
the
that
guy
curtain.
over there. He's checking to see if you got the membership, and if you got the membership, then you're allowed to go into the VIP room. There's the curtains. You pulls them back, and you go in. That's what he's
Yeah.
checking over there. That's what the whole. He's literally got his hands on the fucking keyboard, checking your ID as you're going in to make sure you're part of the guild.
Yeah,
That
he's like
100%.
you're in
Yeah,
Hangar
100%.
Bay 86C.
That's
Congratulations.
the back room where all the strippers are. I mean, not
Exactly.
strippers.
Makes
That's,
I mean,
no.
No,
And there
no
are no
strippers
death
at
stick
all.
dealers back there either.
no death sticks. Definitely no death sticks.
They're outlawed. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. We don't allow no death sticks here. We ain't about that
Yeah.
death stick life. Yeah.
In the same vein, he asks, how is GAC explained? Well, that's very clear. To the left, there is a holotable, which is literally the GAC Championship holotable board. There's a space for player A and player B, and people just gather around and they have their fights, and some loser probably tracks all the winnings. You know what I mean?
It's like when you're playing like chess and there's like a fucking chessboard and you sit there and there's one person on the one side and one person on the other side and you play your fucking chess game and you'll be like, "Yay, we're nerds." And then
The
we're good.
interesting thing, Wolfie, is when we play GAC, we are always the blue player.
Ooh, that is true.
So how does that work in real life? They're like, hang on, no, I'm always blue. But so am I. I'm always blue. We can't both be blue.
I mean, it's
mean-
literally going to be the argument between Anakin and Obi-Wan in Revenge of the Sith. From my perspective, the Jedi are evil.
From my perspective,
yeah,
my
because-
trunks are blue.
No. For Scribble's question is actually valid over here because the question is usually in chess with the colors of who gets to go first, who makes the first move over there. If you're the same color, then how do you determine who gets to go first?
You know what
But
I've just realized?
Right, but we all get to go first. It's GAC. But go on. What'd you just realize?
In the
need an
practicality
epiphany.
of GAC, if we were actually thinking in the cantina right now, GAC is a 48-hour thing. So we've got two blokes that come in 24 hours at one point. They decide on their defense. They fuck off. They come back the next day, and then both of them wait 22 hours at that table, staring each other down, waiting for the next person to attack first. That's how it goes. And then when they drop, they're going to point the finger and go, "Ah, gotcha."
Nerd.
Or there's that one guy that waits for the last 3 minutes and gets one quick attack in. Gets his 10 banners. And yeah,
Slan?
Well, Slan has taken to just not GACing at all recently. But
Yes.
but yeah,
Oh my god.
Could you imagine that? It's just like two blokes are literally stood there for 24 hours just eyeballing each other. You go
I mean,
first.
legitimately, yes. That's kind of what it comes down to. It's just a game of the wills, a game of wits, a game of whatever, and just who can outlast the other.
And if it's Arnold's, he's actually disappeared to the back room where the musicians are, and he's just having a rave between battles. Because that's, I mean, you've all watched an Arnold stream, I'm sure. That's how the GAC battles go. Just he goes, joins the Kyber Club in the rave house.
Yeah.
Between
Get
battles.
that Jawa juice.
Yep. So.
All right. Next.
It would be interesting. That's a different kind of question. Thank you, Hod Hod. All right. So Long Beach Robbie, which is a really great name. Let's be honest. With this new episode format, how do you think they'll be going about releasing new capital ships? Love you guys. Thanks. Oh my God. How indeed. How indeed. I would love to see some capital ships rocking up in the holidays.
I would love a capital ship. We need like supporting ships for a capital ship, though.
Yeah.
They did say that legendary units or journey guide units don't necessarily tie to eras, but my guess is that the marquee release would need to have some sort of like it would still need to follow the same sort of structure because they wouldn't just release two marquees at the same time. So my guess is they would try to make an error about releasing the ships and then go after that. I don't know. It seems weird. I don't know if they get that done easily anymore, unless they just release it outside of the era and call it a day.
Well, I mean, we used to get these wonderful things called Galactic Chases, which were just randomly thrown at us, and we could just like get a ship. It was great. Those days are long gone. They've died a death. Or maybe CG will bring back Galactic Chases because they realize that, hang on, people don't want to have an era where we release like 4 ships.
Wait a minute. Come on.
Can you imagine an entire era of just ships?
Think of how much you would save on relic materials, how much you would save on put on Omicrons.
It'd be 2 months of you'd have like 1,000 of each signal data.
You don't?
No, I don't, Garth.
Shut up, Garth. You fucking jackass.
Nerd.
Think you're cool.
I will trade anybody like 400 Zeta mats for like some Relic 8 materials and some signal data.
Some Zimbiddles and stuff.
Yeah, some Zimbiddles, some
Aeromags.
Impulse Sectors and Aeromags. Please and thank you.
Yeah.
I will trade you all the Zetas. I have 640 and I have nothing to do with them.
No, no, you can keep your Zeta mats. I'll keep my Relic mats. Thanks, buddy. Now, if it was Omicron, I would probably still say no.
What about signal data?
Probably still. I do have a decent amount of Omicrons.
I have 24. Ha! Yes.
Oh, I have like way too many Omicrons right now. Like I should be applying some, but I just haven't. I applied 3 to Sith Ray.
Nice.
But all right, who needs an Omicron right now that I can go and check how many that I have right now?
Balin.
Bo-Katan. I have not applied her 3rd. I have 141 Omicrons.
She doesn't. Wow, that's hot.
Yeah.
She doesn't need all 3.
No, I'm not giving her the 3rd. No, fuck the 3rd. I'm not.
What?
It's literally just for BAM. It's not worth it, Karth. Shut up.
Karth is like, I have 628 Omicrons.
I don't, but that's because I have like all but 22 armies in the game equipped, and most of the 22 armies that aren't equipped are useless TW armies or TB.
So useless.
Or the.
Do you mean you tell me you don't have all of the Inquisitor's TW leads?
He doesn't have the phalanx.
I don't have that either. Or the POW army or Sortie army.
We are definitely getting Omicrons at a faster pace, and I do like that, by the way.
Well, we're getting close to about.
That is true.
If you are.
Hey, what's the big deal?
I got 2 Omicrons today through my Cantina refreshes. 2.
I'm pretty sure
that's not
right
bad.
now.
I was fucking like, okay, it's my birthday.
I'll take it.
The free to play route should be an Omicron and a half a month now with
Nice.
being
30 on
free to play.
Like, that's not bad.
And
that
then
is
I
pretty
think
good.
if you spend on on the Galactic Legend refreshes, if you put some of your get 3 tokens to the Omicrons, if you're
I always
if
do
you
that now.
buy the if you buy the Conquest Pass, that's
An
that
extra
gives you
2.
quite a bit. No, not Conquest. Well, that does too, but the episode
The
pass
episode
gives you
pass.
quite a bit.
Yeah, it gives
And
you 8 or
then
something.
with the addition, they added the additional one from what we were getting with Galactic Challenges, so that's another 4 Omicrons a month. So if you're spending the $50 or so a month in the game, you're getting quite a bit of
The extra one in the
Omicrons.
episode shipments is an extra 2 a week. So it's actually an extra fucking 8 a month.
No, it's not.
Yeah, they gave us an extra 2 slot, not an extra 1 slot. It's 2 Omicrons inside the 1 item slot. So over over a month, it's an extra 8 Omis.
Yes, but the previous Galactic Challenges gave you 4 Omicrons a week.
Yeah.
So it's only +1 from that.
Oh yeah, but then you also have the actual stuff from the pass, and that's where the difference.
Well,
comes
yeah,
from.
but that's
So over a 4-week period,
additional.
we used to get 16 every
Yeah.
month, but from Galactic Challenges. In this new format, we get 24,
Yes.
and that's
So
without the plus pass.
But you mean well, you have to buy the pass. The plus pass doesn't give you anything additional.
It gives you extra Omis. There's like an extra 4 Omis in the episode track, on the bonus track.
But that's
No, the pass versus the
buying the
plus pass.
pass.
The plus pass
Yeah.
just gives you like a bonus in
Point
like
levels.
getting your pathway through the track.
Sorry. What I mean is
Like-
the
like
premium,
the
premium
regular
track
pass.
gives you
Yeah,
extra
buying-
actual
buying
Yeah,
Omis.
the
it
premium
versus
track
not.
itself.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that bonus track itself, because there's like I think the extra bonus thing is completely needless.
Yeah.
You don't need that to get
No.
anything. What you need to do that's beyond
That's
what anything.
Essentially,
But yeah,
just giving
the
you
bonus,
currency.
the premium track. Yeah, the premium track. That's the way to go. 100%.
Yeah, it gives you
that I'm there
8
for.
extra Omis, essentially.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah,
complete
the premium
it, and
track
you
is
should be.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should be completing that very easily. The extra bonus to the premium track, where like it gets you 50 levels or whatever,
Yeah, that's a waste.
and for nothing.
It's
Just
20 levels.
it's a waste.
Yeah.
Literally, once
It
you get
is.
to the end of it, you're just sitting there like, I have all this extra currency, which I'm going to spend on fucking nothing because there's
Well,
nothing good for me to spend it on.
No.
So
I would
after a
argue
while.
against that, because if you are somebody who needs like the character shards out of that on multiple of those characters,
That is a bit different, to be fair. Yeah.
Having the ability to keep pulling,
Depending
from
on where
that,
your account is. Okay, yeah.
yeah.
Depending on where your account is at.
Yeah, I could see it being helpful, but yes, overall, if you are caught up and you're recent in the game a lot, you'll just sit on that currency nonstop. I always sit like between 50 and 80k currency, and then I'll blow every time the store refreshes. I blow through like 20 or 30 of it, depending on what I buy that week, and then I wait for the next week to come. But like with if you get the pass, if you buy the monthly pass and then you invest into the characters at all, you get pretty good progress. Like my
massive,
only does to 6 stars on the marquees, and I'm like level 21 at the end of week 1. We're not
That's
even
not
there
bad.
yet.
Yeah.
So like that, I'm gonna get like halfway through on week 1. So like I think I usually finish the pass somewhere week 3, and then go from there.
Yeah, I'm not sure where I am currently. I'm like 17, but I've been away for a week, so.
Let's see. I'm at 15 because I'm a lazy fuck.
I'm a lazy motherfucker. Yeah, that's fair.
But it doesn't matter. You're still fine. You can get. Oh, I just got to level 16.
Yeah.
I mean,
Cool.
literally, you
Woo!
just need to average what?
It doesn't even matter.
Like it's only 15 levels a week you have to average.
Yeah,
whatever.
It's not much.
It's if you've got the pass,
It's
you
very
get
easy
so
to
much
hit.
additional options to get episode points. It's very easy to max out. And I understand, like the extra currency can be nice, but you really just want to have enough to get your Omicrons and enough to get maybe like carbonite circuit boards, bronze environments, maybe some mod slicing mats.
Yeah,
if you can get that, you're still golden. You're still golden.
Always get those mod slicing mats. Come on.
Yep.
That's the important stuff.
So, last question comes from Shazmataz, which is a very nice one.
You can shaz my Taz. What?
You can shaz all over my Tazes. So, with the Lightspeed bundles now available for things like Jabba and the Inquisitors, is there actually any point farming older teams? For example, the 501st and the Bad Batch, etc., etc. I just need a Rogue One team to go for the profundity, but seeing as they were out before the Inquisitors, I don't think a Lightspeed bundle is out of the question. It's an interesting point. It's an interesting point, Shaz, because ultimately CG can and will release Lightspeed bundles for pretty much everything in the game eventually.
Right.
What you can guarantee is they do not do Lightspeed bundles for legendary units. So you will never get gas, but you might get the units. You might get the 501st, just not gas.
It doesn't work within the confines of the game. Like they need to give you the unlock requirements for the GL or for the legendary or for the whatever, so you cannot get extra shards beyond that by doing the event. Just they need to work within the confines of the coding that they already have set up. So they can only give you the requirements, not the actual legendaries themselves.
I think the only thing that's been pseudo breaking to that is when they released Cam, because Cam is in the journey guide, but he's not a legendary necessarily. He's an unlock, right, from a special mission.
Yeah, because he's from TB.
Yeah,
they did that
because he's a TB requirement.
IPD and Wampa and her.
The TB unlocks are different. Those are a separate situation. But
the actual legendary unlocks they've never given out things like JTR or CLS or Jedi Knight Revan. They've never done that. They'll give you the requirements.
You'll never get those.
So the pertinent part here, Shaz, is you're asking what's the point in farming things if they'll just release a Lightspeed bundle? The answer to that is if you wait to farm things based on they'll eventually reach a Lightspeed bundle, you'll never farm anything, mate. Because I know you're saying specifically for older teams, but you could be waiting for like a year and a half for them to release the Rogue One team, and you've just wasted a year and a half of not having the profundity. So
you have to hoping.
You have to look at it at the cost of waiting, essentially. Because eventually they probably will release a Lightspeed bundle for pretty much everything.
Well, the thing is too is that when they release those, will that be a price you're willing to pay? A lot of people were not excited about some of the price tags on the Lightspeed bundles that eventually came, because a lot of people were hoping for, like the First Order and Resistance squads, where it's like $10, you get 10 characters at Relic 3. Where Inquisitors,
those were great bundles.
They were
5
fantastic.
Red Scribe? 5, and
I loved that First Order one. Fucking CG.
I'm sorry, I had to.
Oh, God, I wasted so much.
You survived, you big crybaby.
I did. One might even say I thrived.
Yeah, but that's the problem.
Sorry, too funny.
You don't know when it's going to come, or what if that price tag is going to be palatable to you. Are you willing to spend $70 on a Bad Batch Lightspeed bundle? If the answer is no, then you might as well have just farmed them in the next year it takes for that bundle to release. So, it's one of those things where it's like, if you're far enough behind the game, you just target the important things that your account should have, Executor, Jabba, certain key milestones. You just work towards those. If you're willing to buy packs, get the packs that speed that up. But the problem that I think most people don't account for Lightspeed bundles is that the materials that they make high demand once you pick them up, chiefly like Omegas and Zetas, because so many of those teams require those to be functional that I've seen it all over Discord on the Swilga events, and even in your Discord, Scribe, after the Inquisitor one came out, was everyone was bitching that they couldn't do the event, and then nobody realized that without half the Zetas, you can't do certain things. You need these
for the Inquisitor event.
Exactly.
Dude, I felt so bad. Like
it's
freaking
a tough one.
Urz was trying to do the event, and he didn't have the 7th Sister Zeta, and he didn't have the 5th Brother Zeta, and I'm just sitting there like, you're not getting the reactive turns, you're not getting like any of this stuff, and just you're gonna be struggle busting real freaking hard if you don't have everything up to snuff. It sucks, but that's just the way it is.
That's the problem with with those Lightspeed bundles, is that you have to be like hoarding the resources in anticipation of that.
100%.
Where when you're farming that naturally, usually it takes longer to farm the team than it does to get all the materials to upgrade the team. Sure. And so that's just kind of one of those catch-22 mechanic, which it's intentional. They put that in there because then it forces you to want to buy things that give Omegas and Zeta Mats as part of the packs, and because you're already buying the Lightspeed bundle, you're going to be more inclined to buy stuff to finish the teams off. So it's a catch-22. You know, some things I think you would be better off just long farming because of the amount of resources that you need to have with that team, versus taking the shortcut and then being out of everything or not having enough to make that team viable once that Lightspeed bundle comes available.
Yeah. It's a little bit different these days because ultimately with the Journey Guide, it's not like the Grand Inquisitor is going anywhere. It's not like you've got a weekend to try and unlock him and then wait for another 3 months. But I understand people getting disheartened when they're like, oh, sick, I can get Grand Inquisitor right now. And they're like, but I've got 16 Zeta Mats. And I just can't beat this event.
Because again, it's not just the event. Like if you're sitting there with only 16 Zeta Mats and you're unlocking Grand Inquisitor and you can't put any fucking Zetas on him, like again, you can't get the full benefit of this character without all of these extra, you know, all the ancillary sort of upgrades and whatnot. And if you can't get the Zetas, you can't get the stuff, then you're missing out on a lot of shit. I mean, that is always a problem for new whales, for new people who are like trying to invest in crazy amounts of stuff. And
that
if you don't have the, if you don't have the, that's what I was about to say. That's what I was about to fucking say. 100% could not agree more. If you don't have the mods, if you don't have the Zetas, if you don't have the other shit to back up the account, then it's rough. It is not a good time. I'll say to quote a buddy of mine, if you're whaling, you should whale as much on mods as you are whaling on characters in order to support that account. If you want to have any hope of surviving.
I'm waiting for the mod Lightspeed bundle to drop. Can you imagine that? It's like, here you go. You get 30 mods. They're all 6A.
My god.
5 of them are speed arrows. The rest, you get crit damage triangles, you get offense crosses, and they've all got 5 rolls of speed.
Yes. Oh my god. Yeah, they all have speed, and they all have offense in the secondaries.
They could probably drop that at like $100 and people would still buy them.
And they have zero. None of them have any flat defense.
I guarantee you they would buy them. It's just like if you could add plus 25s to your account for $100,
I'd do it.
People would do it.
I would do it without a second hesitation.
Could you imagine the outrage on Reddit?
Like, I would 100% do it.
There would be people foaming at the mouth.
Is why would they fume? Because all it does is widen the gap between them and the people they were never going to compete against.
Now don't try and attract it with logic.
You're answering the question.
That's exactly why. They're like, this is just widening the gap between the whales and the free to play.
Let Reddit cry.
And then there'll be like 3 people in the Reddit post that'll be like, just stay broke. Or something like that.
Like, do you know how many of those accounts do that? Like, we'll spend hundreds of dollars to get that done anyways. It's like, you're not changing their behavior, it's just slightly expediting it.
Yeah.
Like, pretty much, never gonna fight them anyway.
I mean,
like, get out of here.
To be fair, I bet there would be certain people that would buy that pack and then they would try and slice it to get it to go to like 29. They're like, let's try and calibrate this shit.
Re-roll the 25.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Oh my god.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
that'd be great. Yeah, CG, there you go. You want to make some money? Mod Lightspeed bundles. Mod speed bundles.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And you could do it for all the sets. You could be like, here's a speed set, here's an offense set, here's a crit damage set, here's a tenacity set with fucking tenacity primaries and secondaries. Oh my god. The space is just so massive. We should move into it and create a little home and crawl into bed with it.
I would be over plus 325 speed mods like in an evening. No regrets. No regrets. Spending.
Yeah, it'll be
no regrets.
Yeah, it'll just be 6A mods with 5 rolls in speed and 5 rolls in something, with perfect primaries. I mean, CG might need to speak to some people that play the game at a competitive level to understand what mod sets they should create, but fucking banging, they should do it.
Karth, you've been off camera for like the last 5 minutes, by the way.
I'm sorry, I'm leaning the wrong direction. I do that all the time.
It's okay. I mean, technically speaking, it is a podcast. People don't, none of us have got
technically an audio medium, but we're streaming it, so we're here.
Yeah. Minor details.
Here are some accuracy arrows so your JMK don't miss. Trust me, mate. I've ran accuracy arrows on that on his accuracy arrows, and he still fucking missed.
I'll say, if there was actually like a pack for an accuracy arrow with a crazy amount of speed and like some decent offense and stuff, I would probably throw it on JMK. I would actually buy that pack.
Personally believe that we should add a new mod subclass for accuracy that's imperative.
An accuracy set?
Yeah.
And it'll have to give like fuckloads of accuracy though.
45% accuracy. 45%.
50%.
Plus the 30 on the arrow.
100% accuracy. And then they can release another 2 set that's evasion or dodge, right? Yeah.
Oh my god, no. No. That's something that we should never.
Could you
That would be the most broken mod set in the entirety of the game. Everybody would pick it up.
I'm just going to get my Ezra. I'm going to put 3 fucking evasion sets on him.
Oh my god, dude.
Oh, no.
Dude, Ezra and JTR just fucking unhittable.
Cal Kestis.
Yeah.
Sorry, not Jedi Cal. Regular,
Lumi.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Lumi with unhittable bullshit.
Dude.
It's
holy crap.
CG, listen to our earlier things, don't listen to this one. There's no evasion.
Yes, ignore this section of the podcast. You can just cut this out. Yeah. Pretend it didn't happen. Yeah. Anyways. Cool. We're talking about sports ball? Yeah.
Sports ball. So yeah, Shaz, I hope that answered your question, mate. So yeah, either just farm it or just roll the dice and hope that you get lucky. There's always stuff to farm in this game, so just make sure you've got your important shit geared up and ready to go. And I guess, guys, that wraps up our Tribe Talks. I think this is like episode 4 of season 2 of the 3rd in the.
Oh, we got seasons now.
We've got seasons.
I like it.
So
each year is a season, apparently.
They've got seasons now. They
season now. Yeah, just throw a bit of salt on it. That's another thing I learned in Italy. Never ask for salt. Apparently, it's incredibly insulting. They're like, what? You want salt on your food? The chef salted the food. It's insulting.
It's insulting.
Yeah, I had to Google just in case.
Wholeheartedly.
I was like, this could use a little bit of salt, but I thought, hang on, will the Italians be incredibly offended if I ask for salt? And I Googled it, and they said, yeah, don't fucking do that. I was like, okay, shit, all right, cool.
I don't feel like I had a problem asking for salt.
No,
like I feel like I didn't have a problem with that, but I don't know.
Apparently, it's an insult to the chef.
Because like if when we went and got pizza in Italy, like they always had condiments and stuff. They always like the main thing was they had the spicy oil. Like, did you have like the chili oil always like for the pepper, like so you can like spread that over the pizza? That was always a fucking thing over in Italy.
Great fucking pizza.
So, dude.
Oh, mate.
Dude, some beautiful fucking pizza.
Cacio e pepe, and I had
Quattro Stagione.
And I had some fucking carbonara, loads of carbonara. God damn, some delicious
my god,
food.
Dude, I had gone to a little like street festival, whatever thing in, I think it was Mantova. Okay. And they had like some OG pizzas, and it was literally basically like a circular flatbread. Nice. And I got it with the lardo, and it was just like melted fucking like lardo pig fat with like a little bit of meat and just like into this it just like flatbread sort of thing, like the OG Italian pizza. I'm just sitting there like, this is the most decadent, beautiful, amazing, what the fuck is even happening right now thing in my life.
Sounds like a wonderful
but
time.
yes, please. Oh my god, dude, 100%.
Now I have to go back to
if you have not
food.
been, dude, go to Italy. If you have not been, just do yourself a favor and go to Italy. They got amazing food. They got amazing everything. Amazing wine. Amazing all sorts of stuff. Just fucking do it. All right, do yourself a favor. Yeah. Come on. Cheese. That goes without saying. Obviously, they got amazing cheese.
It goes
amazing
on the pizza.
meat. Amazing fucking everything. Like I don't think there's anything that they do there that is bad. No. Like just everything fucking gorgeous. Just make it happen.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
All right. Cool. We are signing off, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for listening to another episode of Drop Talks.
Yeah.
And fucking these two guys as well. They also are like gonna be here maybe next week. I don't know. Are we here next week, guys?
Yeah. I'll be here next week. I'll be here later. We got some gack and some stuff. Should be fun.
After, no.
All right. Fuck you, Garth. You won't be here the week after. It's goodbye
from
us.
Think you're cool
guys.
or something?
You think you're some kind of suave individual, motherfucker?
Going on vacation with the missus. Figured you did one, I could too.
I did not do your missus.
Presumptive of you.
How presumptuous. All right, guys. It's been real. It's been cool. We'll speak to you all very, very soon. I'm going to send you over to Calvin. Awesome. All right, guys.
Ooh,
good night.
Calvin's live. Sweens is live.
Everybody's live.
We got a lot of people live.
Yeah. Well, there is the mafia. Oh shit. Yeah, there's them as well. Stay away from those guys. They're not so friendly. Anyway, good evening, everybody. Big love. Bye.
Peace.